Ubisoft and Capcom have shown their showcases for 2023, and the two companies couldn't be more different in the public standings. But one of them may have changed the course, if only slightly. Let's talk about it. Good morning, evening, or afternoon. Wake up, everybody. Just kidding. What's up, everyone? And welcome to the XP Podcast, episode 55 for the second week of June 2023. I'm your host, Mike Z, and joining me once again, as always, every time, all the time, the Birdman himself, Logan B, who's doing something very weird in the camera right now.
Oh, hello, everyone. Welcome. Um, good week. Yes. We have a lot to talk about. Some actually surprisingly good news from a certain someone that we're going to be talking about this week. But yeah, pretty interested to talk about that. The other one, not so much. I thought it would say a little disappointing, but we'll begin, I guess, on preempting that one. But yeah, not as exciting. I'm excited for this week. We got a lot of gaming news. It feels like it's been literally forever since we last were recorded. Anyways, we recorded like 2 times in a row last time. I don't know why it seems like it's been forever.
It's been literally a week.
Yeah, I've had a very exciting week that I can't wait to talk about on my rundown.
It's been literally 1 week to the date.
I know. Yeah.
Almost to the hour, actually.
That's weird. But yeah, no, I had a really exciting week. I've been playing. Well, I'll be getting into it soon, but I shouldn't be talking about it now until we get to our rundown. But other than that, I had a pretty good week. It's been really hot, like extremely hot this week. I overheated like 2 times this week because my work has no AC whatsoever. And I know you work out in the garden, so I know it's hot. Okay, I understand.
It's actually different down here.
It's not a competition. I know.
Life's a competition, Logan.
That's fair.
No, but
that's why
it has been hot, but right now it is a perpetual thunderstorm in Memphis, Tennessee. We've been under
That's how it was a second ago for us. It was really bad.
What I mean by that, it means yesterday was the only day this week it hasn't rained, and it's supposed to rain the next 6 days in a row. We are under like a perpetual thunderstorm and flash flood warning here. So,
and it hasn't cooled down at all.
I mean, it cools down when it rains, technically, But by the way, why'd you turn that? You've never had that light off. That is so weird. I don't like that.
I like it. I don't like this. I like it all to be dark. I don't want anybody to know what happens in the background. That's the background. No one cares about it.
There's literally nothing back there. It's a lamp.
When I move into my next place, I will be bringing back a showcase area. But for right now, this is what I got. Okay, so.
Well, my whole setup is right back there. I care a lot about what's behind me.
And the cool thing is, within the month of me moving into the new place, Starfield will be coming out, and I'll be able to showcase my. Can't wait for the collector's edition. Can't wait to see the Spider-Man collector's edition because a man over here officially has pre-ordered it as well.
I almost forgot.
So,
Google. Yeah, I'll talk about that. Google creepy as shit, but very helpful in this scenario.
Yeah.
We'll talk about my week. I've been very, very busy. Not only with doing some gaming stuff, work, school is hitting me pretty hard right now, so very, very busy. But I was just kind of relaxing Thursday afternoon. I was sitting there, and my phone goes off, so I look at my phone. This is not from any store. It's not from PlayStation Direct. It's not a post from IGN. It's literally just Google telling me, hey, don't forget to pre-order Spider-Man Collector's Editions because you looked at it a while ago. I was like, what the that's so creepy. It was.
Yeah, whoa, what the hell?
And then I was like, but also thank you because I forgot about it. So I jumped on PlayStation Direct. I jumped on PlayStation Direct, and it was still there, so I got it. Which apparently people struggled getting it, so I guess I lucked out. So cool, I guess. But yeah, I got it. I'm very excited. Can't wait for that big ass statue. Can't wait to see how much a $200 watch looks. So I'll be excited to see that. So
and the case looks sick. I'm excited for that. I know. I like watches. I'm not saying it's for everyone. That's fine.
No,
I'm also not a huge statue person like you are.
I'm a massive statue person.
I mean, as you can clearly see in his background, he has a lot of statues. But not that much.
Dude, still probably the coolest statue I ever have is I leaned the wrong way. Is the freaking Horizon one.
Yeah, that one's sick.
Oh my god, dude.
It's
That one,
huge.
it's massive. It doesn't even fit
Mm-hmm.
properly because the trunk's supposed to, I mean, you can't really see it very well because it's not
Mm-hmm.
detailed. The trunk's supposed to like come up, but I can't get the trunk to go up because it's too damn big. It is a massive statue. But yeah, no, I have a whole Spider-Man cube down there that I don't think you can see. There it is, kind of. But I'm
Oh yeah,
excited.
yeah,
I'm excited to add that statue to it. And yeah, so that's it. I'm glad we both disliked each other's collector's editions, but we equally,
yeah,
but we both got the ones that we wanted. He doesn't
yeah,
like the Spider-Man one. I don't like the Starfield one, so it worked out for us. So,
yeah.
I just don't like wearable stuff. Like, I would much rather have a collectible that I can keep on the shelf and look at. Like, I don't care to have a watch. I have this watch. That's all I need. So,
That's fair.
yeah. But anyway, I am happy you got it. I'm happy I got it. I'm happy we got it. So, all
Mm-hmm.
right, guys, let's jump into this week. We start the week, as always, with the question of the week. This one, I do have a point to, but I just wanted to make up something. So, Mr. Birdman, are you alive?
Am I alive?
Yes. Are you ready?
I would definitely say I am alive
All right,
for
well, that's
sure.
good because,
Yes.
man, what is one genre of gaming that you enjoy playing but you never seem to buy on day one, but always end up playing most of the games in that genre at some point in time?
Hmm. I'm gonna think about that real quick. You go first. So,
This is why you look at the freaking script before we sit down to record. Anyway, mine
okay.
is connected to what I've been doing this week. It's racing. I
Mm-hmm.
love racing games. I play a lot of the racing games out there, but very rarely do I ever get them day one. I think the last racing game I got day one was Forza Horizon 5. And actually, I was disappointed in Forza Horizon 5. So I don't think we ever actually talked about that on the show, but I was pretty disappointed in Horizon 5, even though it had like perfect scores out there. I thought 4 was a significantly better game. Different conversation. But yes, I played a couple racing games this week, and it's just I always seem to play them, but it's like months, if not years, after the games come out, and then I go back and play them. I lied. I did buy another game day one, Project Cars 3, and that game is hated in the Project Cars community. I really liked
What
that
about
game,
Gran
but
Turismo? Didn't you get that day one?
I don't own Gran Turismo 7.
Oh, I thought you did.
Nope,
Huh.
never bought it.
Hmm.
So it's another thing.
Wait, you have the dude. You need to get on VR, dude. You have a PSVR. You should get that
I
Gran Turismo
can't
7. I bet
play
you would love that.
I can't play Gran Turismo VR. I'm a go.
It's not that
I'm a
bad.
drive forward and throw up.
Dude, you're just like Amy, dude. I swear, you guys have the weakest stomachs when it comes to
Oh
VR.
no,
Like,
my stomach is fine. It's because I've gotten hit in the head too many effing times in football. I've had 4 concussions. So like things moving outside of my control don't sit well with me. It's why I drive everywhere Peyton and I go. I never
that's
ride because
fair.
I get sick if I do ride.
But you
Also,
have control. It's not like you're not in control.
yes, but there's the disconnect. You know, like in VR when like you go to put your hand on something that you think is there because you see it and it's not there, and then like there's that weird little disconnect. That F's my brain up, dude. My brain does not like it. It does not handle it. I'm getting a lot better, and I do play I play quite a bit. And well, okay, that's a lie. I play in my VR headset, but I don't I don't play enough to be truly used to it. I still have to have all the assist and the fish bowling. It brings it
What,
in
do you
to.
put a fan on you while you're playing?
Okay, to be fair, I'd never live without a fan on me when I'm just
Okay.
sitting there. So,
Well, that's fair. I would say I would recommend you do that. Obviously, have a
yes.
fan on you at all
Although, man, let
times.
me tell you what, dude, Beat Saber, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the new OLED screen or whatever's going on. When I play Beat Saber in the PSVR 2, because like you're staring at the screen like so intensely, my eyes start to water every single time after a while. I don't know what's happening. I don't know why that is. Maybe the screen's a little too close to
No,
my
it's
eyeballs.
happened to me too before.
Okay.
I understand that.
But
Yeah,
like,
I
yeah,
get it.
my eyes get all itchy and they start to water. I'm like, what is happening? I
Yeah, I don't
guess
know
just
what
because
game I played, but it did that same thing. Because I'm like, I literally started to tear up, and I just seen water come. I'm like, what the fuck is happening to me? I'm just playing a VR game. Like,
I don't know. But if you can't tell from the video, I'm very red because I live out in the sun like at all times. So
I was actually on the sun a lot yesterday. I mean, I'm not like super tan or anything, but I definitely
I don't tan.
went a shade or two up.
I
So yeah,
I pink. There's a difference.
yeah.
Speaking of
Amy
pink,
thought I was gonna burn yesterday, but I'm like, I don't burn, so it's okay.
must be nice. Speaking of pink,
Yeah.
I've been delving headlong into Blackpink, the band. I I freaking love them girls, dude. that was a weird sentence. I like the music, but I also don't mind the people who sing the music. It's like actually I've been doing a lot of research. They are the number one female band in like the modern era of music, and I'm like, cool, good for them. That's awesome. They're a K-pop or
I
no,
know. I
yeah,
looked it up while
okay,
you're talking.
dude.
Stuff.
Listen to some of the songs. You are gonna be shocked at how many popular songs are theirs that you never realized.
Huh. Okay. Yeah. I'll
Yeah,
check it out.
yeah, they're
Uh,
good. Oh, anyway, you have an answer for the question?
Sort of.
I'll
This is a
take it.
difficult one. Because I mean, probably the best one I could say is racing, but because I mean, racing is like that one genre that like I can't say RPG because that's a broad statement, and I would get any Western RPG day one. So maybe a JRPG would be a game that I wouldn't get day one. Um,
I was saying, but like you don't really play JRPGs or racing. I'm saying like something that you consistently play a lot of, but you just never play them at like launch or something like that. If there's any, if you don't have any, you don't have any. That's fine. By the way,
yeah.
the two songs you need to look up for Blackpink, write these down. How You Like That and Pink Venom. It's probably the two best.
Okay. I'll
They're
try to remember
they're
that.
so good, dude.
Um, yeah, I really don't know. I mean, I guess racing, but like I will say one game you played this week. I'm very curious to hear what your thoughts are because I actually have been tempted to play that game. But yeah, I don't really know of any. Maybe I can't even really say. I guess I don't even have fighting really. Like I guess I'm a decent fighting fan. I'm a very casual fighting
No, I
game
think
fan.
fighting works for you. That was the
I
other
think that's
one I was
probably the
thinking
best
about.
one for me, or racing. But racing, I don't really ever get anymore unless it's like unbelievably interesting. Like I like kart racers. I do like more arcadey racing games in general. Like, I did like The Crew, the first one. I never played the second one, but I did really like The Crew, the first one, a lot. I mainly just liked it because it was so different and it had the entire United States, which I thought was amazing. So of course, driving to where I live, I don't know why, but this is one weird obsession I have. But like when I get to go somewhere in a game that I've been before, all I want to do is find all the places I've been. Like for example, when Watch Dogs 1 came out, it was like a year or so after I went to Chicago for the first time. So all I did was just go around driving, trying to find all the places that I really thought were cool there.
Yeah, that
I'm
makes
like, that's
sense.
awesome. I love that stuff. So when I got to go to St. Louis, which by the way is almost in like no video game at all, it's amazing. Like I was able to see the arch. I was able to see Busch Stadium. I'm like, this is sick. This
They
is super
mention
cool.
they mention St. Louis in Watch Dogs.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they
Yeah,
do.
because
Dude,
it's like a
if
cesspool
they had a
now.
Watch Dogs in St. Louis, that would be a day one. I don't even care if it looks okay. Like that would be a day one,
Spilled
just so I
everything.
could go explore all that. But yeah,
Well, I mean, it makes
I
sense. St. Louis is actually technologically speaking. I was talking to my dad about this because he's in the.
it's the most dangerous city. So
I wasn't gonna say that at all. I was saying
I would
technologically
say,
speaking, it's like I guess scientifically speaking, there's actually a lot of upcoming scientist stuff that they're doing in St. Louis. It's like making it kind of a hub of like scientific studies and research and all that.
Mhm.
I was talking to my dad about this. He's deep into like the St. Louis like economics and all that. Not as much as I am, but so yeah. I don't know why I just thought I need to say that, but it was cool. I thought.
Yeah,
All right, so
but
we're
yeah,
we're gonna go with fighting for you because I do know you
yeah,
play a lot of
fighting
fighting games, just not
fighting
at
would probably
launch.
be the best because like I would get like especially Street Fighter 6. Obviously it wasn't a day one for me. It's probably not even gonna be the first year. But after that like edition comes out where it's like premium and it's like $50 or $40, I'll probably pick it up then because I do think I would really enjoy Street Fighter 6, but it's not a game I want to play day one. So
Man, everything I hear about that story mode, they're like, this is. I guess it's not revolutionary because like it's similar things, but for like the fighting genre, it's kind of a revolutionary like single player component.
mhm.
Like no one else has really done anything like that. So
Yeah,
I'm
and that
excited.
that
I
has me
can't wait.
excited because I really think it looks awesome because I love the like RPG sort of mechanic. It kind of has that like Smash Bro thing where literally you can get these little tokens to make your fighter stronger or do bonus things, but this is a lot more intricate and there's a story and
I,
obviously just the controls now are like I like that they have these more casual controls for me, so that has me excited.
I like how I
So,
said I can't wait, and clearly I can because we are 16 days after the launch of the game, and I don't plan on playing it
Yeah.
anytime soon. So I can wait, but I'm excited to when I make the decision to jump into it, which is probably going to be in line with you. Whenever you decide to jump into it, I'll jump into it so we can kind of you can destroy me in another fighting game. You're weirdly good at fighting games, and I don't get it.
Yeah.
Like when you came over and played Sifu, I was like, "What is happening?" He's rolling through this game that I had to fucking limp on one leg to get through the second level. Like I don't know
Yeah.
what's happening.
Dude, I'm telling you, I have my dad's genes, dude. My dad he was obsessed with Marvel, or not Marvel, Mortal Kombat, where he used to go to the arcades, back when he was younger and play Mortal Kombat all the time. Like he was obsessed with it. He still loves Mortal Kombat to this day. So I think I have some of those genes from him. My brother definitely doesn't. He sucks at fighting games, but me, I've gotten pretty good at it. I've gotten really, I don't know, like I think the older and older I get, the more interested I am into fighting games because I don't know. It's just exciting learning these different combos. Like as a kid, I didn't give a shit about combos. I just mashed buttons. But the more and more older I'm getting now, I'm like, oh, dude, I could do this. I start to try to learn their different combos and find my favorite characters. Like Smash Bros. Especially had me very excited at finding my characters and different combos I could do. And so playing Street Fighter 6 and also like Mortal Kombat X was the last like big fighting game I had, and that was awesome. I was so obsessed with that game.
I'm not bad at fighting games. I can beat your average player, but I'm just not
Yeah.
great. Now I will say, like the Fight Night games, I was champion of the dorm rooms of Fight Night. And no one beat me at Fight Night, mostly because I played all the time. And it's a thing. I understood the mechanics to what was. I played Fight Night. I played most of them honestly for most of my life. So I still remember when like some of the other guys from the football team or something would come over to the dorm and they're like, "Yo, I've been practicing. I'm gonna beat you tonight," and I just steamroll him like in 2 rounds. There was one time where I effed with this dude and I didn't throw a punch for 2 rounds, and then I knocked him out in the first round. I threw a punch in. I just understood Fight Night. I don't know what it was. I love that, but I do have you beat at racing games. I could get around a track significantly better than you can.
You could demolish me in a racing game, dude. I suck at them. Unless I'm decently good at card games, but you'd still even beat me at card games. I mean,
dude, Mario
you
Kart.
beat me in Mario Kart 8, so
I still remember it wasn't you. Maybe you were part of that, but do you remember the night where we were playing Mario Kart for like hours and I won like 21 straight races?
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about Mario Kart. I get it.
Had to put the kid controls on for me because I can't do it. I don't know how you do it. Like you just go around corners like it's nothing, and I turn those off and I just fall off, and I'm like, yeah, I can't do this. I don't have the patience for it. So.
I played I played racing games for a long, long time, so I am very good at them. So all right, anyway, let's go ahead and get into the episode proper. What do you think? All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know for some reason, this is the XP Podcast, our weekly video. There's actually probably a lot of reasons. Our weekly video game and pop culture news podcast where Logan and myself, well, Logan's leaving, but myself, sit down with y'all and talk about all the news stories and happenings inside and out of the video game world. We post a new episode each and every Monday at 8 a.m., so you can listen to it throughout the week or whenever you desire. You can find us on most of the popular podcasting services, including Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. If you enjoy what we're doing here on the XP Podcast, please go over to our Patreon, give us some support where you get to be a part of our weekly discussions and give us your opinions on everything we talk about and everything we don't. You also be able to find all of our uploads there along with any exclusive episodes we may post. Links for that, as always, are in the description down below, or you can simply go to patreon.com and search Experience Point, spelled capital X, capital PERIENCE However, if you don't have any money to send our way, don't worry. We still love and appreciate you for listening to us and being a part of what is hopefully a growing community. You can also go to let me try that one again. You can also go over to our YouTube channel where you can get this show and all of our shows in video format. If you do, please don't forget to give us a like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification icon so you can be aware of everything we post when we decide to post it. New episode reminders for you and updates. Episode 54 is live. It's out there. We go through Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse spoiler cast in review. Great movie. Good episode. I think we did a decent job of discussing. We got a little lost in the weeds. There were a lot of things we were trying to fit into a very minimal time frame. But just know it's a fantastic movie. I love watching people's reactions to the ending and how pissed they are. There's a lot of people that weren't ready for it and they were very mad. So that's funny for me. But also we gave you our review and discussions for the Summer Game Fest and Xbox Game Showcase. 2 shows that we actually both pretty much enjoyed. Wasn't amazing, but we liked a lot of what he had to say. Anyway, with all that out of the way, let's get into this week's show. In our point of the show, we're continuing on the showcase season with Capcom and Ubisoft stepping foot for their showcase 2023. We're going to give you our reviews and discussions for them. Going to be a much more shorter, pared down thing. We're going to give you our reviews, go through the games, what we liked, what we didn't like, boom, bounce out. And then, in around a point, Netflix has debuted their showcase for 2023. People Can Fly has signed a new deal with Microsoft for a new Xbox game, and Blizzard continues their adventures into Bizarro Land for some reason. But we have much, much more, so stay tuned. Then in LTR, we dive into reviews for this week's games, and I have a surprise for Logan queued up, so look into that. But, as always, before we get to all that, it's time for what is, and forever will be, the rundown, where we catch up on all things pop culture that we've been doing, whether it be gaming, TV shows, books, movies, comics. Doesn't matter to us, because we like it all and love to talk about it. So, Mr. Birdman, why don't you tell everybody your super exciting VR game that you've been playing?
So, I've been talking about this game for a while now, and I
Half-Life
finally,
Alyx.
yep,
Nailed it.
I started playing Half-Life Alyx this week. I bit the bullet and I said I really want to play this game. I got everything set up. I did a lot of testing with like a bunch of different games just to make sure everything is working properly. I still had a little bit of messing around because like if you don't mess with like the resolution, they put it a lot lower than it needs to be. So I usually crank it up a little bit. The thing that's here, let me get something that's really annoying about VR gaming on PC. And it's not just PC's fault. It's mainly the way that like most PC games, they have some kind of benchmark or way to test performance, right? Well, no VR game does. So you just kind of have to guess how it's running because guess what? Even if you pull up, what is it called? Like I pull up my AMD software for Adrenaline to do the thing. It doesn't it doesn't show me my FPS. It says 0. So there's no fucking way to tell how good it's running. So I had to kind of like guess. So like my test in all these VR games is I shake my hand really quick and see how bad it is.
Oh my god.
I'm like, this is what I do, and I'm like, ooh, that's kind of rough. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna bring down some settings on the resolution. Oh, it's looking good now. That's pretty much what I'm doing. So I finally figured out on Steam VR, if you turn on developer settings, you can actually put a graph on there. So I could do that, but for some reason, Oculus on their own software doesn't have that, and it's really fucking annoying. So there's no way to do that. But yeah, I've been playing Half-Life Alyx this week, and I gotta say, it's everything I ever wanted it to be, and probably even more. I've been addicted to this game. Like that's all I played this week. For today, I played like 4 hours of the game, so I'm at like 8 to 9 hours into the game right now. Absolutely phenomenal. This game is fucking awesome. Like it is so good. It looks amazing. I'm running everything on like ultra and everything. I don't know what exact resolution I'm doing it on, but phenomenal. Dude, this game feels so good to play. The environmental detail they have in this game is stupid. I don't think I've ever been more immersed in a VR game until I played this, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, there is so much detail in every environment, and it looks amazing, like, on the VR. It's just, ooh. If you have any kind of VR headset that you can play on PC, doesn't matter what you have. I have a Quest 2. I played with a Quest 2 headset. Get this game. Like, trust me, get this game. It is phenomenal. It is so much fun. I've been loving it so much. Like, honestly, all I want to do is get back into it and start playing more of it. And it's just, I don't know. I haven't been this amazed since Bone Lab. And I still think there's some things with Bone Lab that I kind of like more than Half-Life Alyx, but I think story, environmental detail, and I guess more like enemy variety. I would say I definitely prefer an Alex because Bone Lab really doesn't have a story, to be honest. It's a very minimal story. You kind of piece things together to put a story together. Where if Alex is more of a linear, mostly linear story, and it's very obviously story driven if you played any of the other Half-Life games. But dude, oh my god, I I'm literally blown away playing this game. Like I've just been so enthralled with this game, and I've kind of gotten used to using a cord on my PC, which I admit still is a little annoying to get used to, but it's not that bad after a while. I'm getting used to it. I also learned I fucked up the first time I did it. I plugged it into the wrong USB port, If you don't plug it into a specific USB port, like a 3.1 or something like that, it doesn't actually give you the full speed. So I plugged it into my front USB port, and it was only giving me like 500 megabytes, where I need 2.5 gigabytes transfer speed. So I had to plug it in the back of my PC. So now it's running perfectly. I mean, it also sucks that I can't go to 120 hertz on the Steam VR thing, but on the Oculus, I could bring my headset up all the way to 120 if I want to. And there's no way to really change that, but I don't really care. I still think 90 feels perfectly fine, but it's still a little weird that I can't change that. But honestly, I'm fine with that because I have it like everything cranked up on Alex and it looks just phenomenal. Everything's ultra. I'm running at a smooth 90 hertz. It just, God, dude, I'm telling you, as soon as you come down next, I have to show you this game. Like, I am just blown away. I don't think I've played any VR game like this before. And I'm
Well, it's
just
your
happy I
turn to
finally
come down.
get to. Yeah, I know that. I
We
know.
got a schedule.
Yes. But yeah, no, I that's what I've been mostly playing this week. I also played some more Battle Talent, which is a phenomenal VR game. If you have a Quest 2, you can get it standalone. It's insanely fun. It's really addicting. It actually has a built-in mod menu, so if you want to do extra stuff, you can do that, which is super cool. Um, and I think I played more Red Matter 2, which I gotta say, Red Matter 2, if you have a Quest or even a PSVR, I'm gonna say that's probably the closest you can get to Half-Life Alyx, in my opinion, on there, because it's still, I haven't gotten to the combat yet, so I can't really say much about that, but I do think the puzzles, the physics, and the amount of environmental detail going on, I think Red Matter 2 is a very close Half-Life Alyx. I think they did a really good job, which, by the way, Mike, I do recommend that game. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I've
I
been.
think
I
you would
mean,
really like it. Yeah.
well, I'm the one that told you about it. So back off.
What do you mean? I put Red Matter last week. You didn't tell me about Red Matter.
When Red Matter 2 came out, I told you about it a little bit. Thought I
Did
did.
you? Because
Anyways,
last
it
week I
doesn't
talked
matter.
about Red Matter 2. Okay, but yeah. Um, if you should definitely get it though, since you have PSVR 2, I recommend that. It's a really good game. I think that is a very close to like what Half-Life Alyx is like in a sense. So very cool. But yeah, mostly Half-Life Alyx this week for me. I just I gotta get home and I get everything set up and I put a couple hours in every night. Probably hopefully maybe put some in tonight. But yeah, really good.
That's cool. Anything else?
Nope, just VR this week. So
By the way, Peyton just walked in and let me know that MLGW let us know that expect power outages. So
ooh, great.
we'll see what happens, I guess. So I'm gonna go ahead and
Oh no.
put my phone on the charger. So we'll try to speed things up and get through things here a little bit. So
Mhm.
all right, let me run through some of the stuff I watched before I get into the things I played. Peyton and I decided to Avatar came out on streaming, Avatar: The Way of Water. So we sat down and had an evening of watching Avatar: The Way of Water. Loved it more the second time. I think Avatar: The Way of Water is a phenomenal movie. I absolutely love it. I think the visual effects and the story, and I just think it's so good. It's probably a little derivative, just like the first one, but I just don't care. And I know Logan loved it as well.
Mhm. I
Uh,
want to watch it again really bad.
it's
So
on
yeah,
HBO Max if you don't want to support Disney, so you can watch it that way.
that's fair.
That's how I watch it.
I
'Cause I'm,
have I have both, so either way works.
yeah,
So
so
I
do I.
don't pay for Disney, so
Good,
but yeah.
as you shouldn't. Um, I finished season 1 of The Citadel. I'd watched the first episode a while ago, like almost over 6 weeks ago at this point, and I really liked what I saw there. I really liked what I watched. But I did hear some rumblings of it wasn't being received very well, so I kind of pulled back and I wanted to make sure it got renewed because I didn't want to sink time into something that I wasn't gonna get anything else from because I hate when that stuff happens. So it got renewed for a second season, I think last week. So I jumped in, finished off. I think it's awesome. It's definitely a high B, low A tier show. It's not gonna blow anyone's socks away, but it's just a really fun spy drama with a lot of twists and turns, good acting from both the lead actress and actor, and just an all around just kind of just a cool as shit TV show. Doesn't do anything special, so it's not gonna blow you away in anything. You're not gonna be like, oh my god, this is the new board, like this. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. This is the new like line for spy things. It's not gonna do that. And then I finally finished the final season of Never Have I Ever, a show Logan does not care about, but it's a show that I absolutely love. I love kind of teenage rom-coms like that. So I enjoyed that. All right, the games I've been playing. I decided, since I'm kind of just in a waiting period for Final Fantasy 16, what was I going to do with my times when I wasn't watching TV or playing games or anything? Hey, baby. Sorry, Kona said hi. I decided to kind of dive into PlayStation Plus a little bit, check out some things, play around with some games. So I downloaded a couple games, streamed a couple games, just kind of sit down, check it out, and see what it's all about. Haven't really done it in a while. Want to see where some improvements were, where some of the negatives still lie, and report to you guys with what I found. So obviously the downloads work like any downloaded game, so not much to report there. But I did jump into Hot Wheels Unleashed, a game Logan and I have talked about many, many times. Well, I guess not many, many times, a couple times. But I played it quite a few hours at Logan's house when I went up there to visit last. Thought it was fun as could be. Played it for a couple more hours down here. It's still fun as could be. I'm definitely less invested than I was at your place because I was like the first time I experienced everything. I had like these cars and everything. So I'm way less invested in mine. Probably won't ever actually go back and play it. I think I already deleted it actually, but it is a really fun game. But I guess if you want it to get ready for Unleashed 2, you can play it if you downloaded it when it was free on PlayStation Plus a while ago. But then I downloaded The Crew 2. It's a game I've actually owned in box. It's still wrapped somewhere over there in the seas. The plastic's still on it. So I decided to download that and jump into it. Play for about 5 or 6 hours or so throughout the week. And I have something to report.
Mm-hmm.
This game is the biggest C tier game I've ever played in my entire life.
Really?
It is the
Damn.
biggest average ass racing game I've ever played. Like, it does everything the bare minimum of what you need to do for a video game. It doesn't do anything great. I actually think the driving model is kind of shallow and weak here. I don't like the way the game controls. I don't really love the way it feels. The customization is very annoying because it's locked behind this whole loot system, and we all know how much Logan loves loot systems. And
Yeah, and they did that in the first Crew, and I wasn't a huge fan of that either.
yeah, every time you win a race, you get new parts, which is literally just you put the biggest number on there. There is this whole background system where like you can match yellow ranked gear, and that'll give you benefits to like drafting and other things. And every once in a while, you unlock a new customization part. But honestly, I was kind of let down. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think it was that great. Now, granted, I am playing it 5 years after the game came out, so maybe that's my fault. Probably is, but I don't think it looks particularly well. Again, I don't think it played that great. It's kind of boring, obviously. Like, you're just kind of racing, and the cars don't sound that great, so you're just listening to this weirdly kind of like half volume loud music while you're just kind of racing around, and the world is dead as hell. It's big and it's cool. Like Logan, actually, when Logan was talking about it, that's one of the first things I did. I drove from LA to St. Louis, which takes a hot second. It was like it was like 58 miles in the game. Took me about 30 plus minutes to make that drive. And that was cool, and it was cool coming around this corner, and like I came around this bend, and there was the arch. I'm like, that is really cool. But the world's dead. There's nothing really to do. You have these people you can stop by and pick them up. It's not even really people. It's deliver a package. Like, you stop by this mission marker, press X, deliver it to the mission end marker, press X to deliver. That's your side content. Then you also have your speed traps, your photo ops. You have these other things, but it really is just about going in these different like types of races. You can either drive to them, or you can do what I do, and I just fast travel everywhere. So I just fast travel directly to the race, do the race, and then go to the next one. And I guess maybe it's not fair because, again, I played Forza Horizon 5, which, while I don't love Forza Horizon 5, it's a significantly better game than this is. It's much more detailed. It's a lot more fun things to do. It's much more engaging. I rarely ever fast traveled in Forza Horizon 5 unless I was going back to my house to edit something. It's the only time I fast traveled. I fast travel everywhere in the Crew too. So it's just boring. Like, the cars don't sound that great. There's not a lot of meat behind them. it's not really that exciting. Like they have these certain set pieces ones where like you go into this thing called the agency and you're like filming a movie, but the only thing you do is you just drive around and hit these boxes and these jumps to get you points, and then you finish the race. And I don't know, man. The sense of speed isn't there. It doesn't feel. I don't know. Just it does. It's like I said, it's a bare minimum average ass racing game, and that was kind of sad for me to report on that. I
And
know
now
that.
they're gonna try to copy Forza with their next game. So we'll be talking about that soon. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it works out. It looks a lot more
Yeah.
exciting, at least. But and said, I haven't delved too deep. I haven't really done anything with the crew system or anything like that. I don't really care. This is one interesting thing is they have this whole star reward system that you can unlock rewards through these like 3 different tiers of activities. Every single time I've opened up this menu to unlock a reward, the menu breaks and I have to close out the game and restart. So that's fun. That's awesome. So I just stopped getting those rewards because I didn't feel like having to restart the game. So, all right. Those are my 2 downloaded games, so nothing to report there other than outside of the quality of the games. Streaming. It's a very hot topic in the modern video game industry, something Logan and I talked about, so I wanted to jump in and test out. I essentially picked 3 games that I've already played, I've already beaten, I'm interested in them, and I wanted to see how they were reproduced here in this game. So the first thing I started off with was Enslaved Odyssey to the West, an old Ninja Theory game. I love this game. I think it's brilliant. And I started up and I started playing it, and I'm like, I remember this game having frame rate issues. I remember that. It was one of the biggest negatives of the game. It didn't run well. But this feels like it's running awful. So
Yeah.
I wanted to kind of pull it. I didn't plug in my PS3 and play. I own a copy of Enslaved, so it's down there somewhere. I don't know. But I
Mhm.
didn't really want to go through and see if what it was. But I did notice that the latency wasn't that bad. Like, the latency between when you hit the button and the action is performed wasn't really that bad. It was clearly slightly longer than if it was a one-to-one connection, but it wasn't enough to like derail my experience with it. So I was like, maybe it is just the game ran like complete ass, and it just feels worse to me now because I'm used to 60 plus FPS gaming, and something under 30 feels a lot worse. I mean, shit, you remember me talking crap about Star Wars Jedi Survivor? I thought it felt like 30, and Digital
Mhm.
Foundry reported it was like at 52. I'm like, man, I'm a frame snob at this point. Damn, like it felt so much worse. So I don't know. That probably had something to play. So my second thing was to test a more high quality, graphically more diverse game in God of War 3. I'm like, this is a very action heavy. It's much heavier on like the hardware and everything. God of War 3 ran great. So I'm guessing Enslaved just runs like ass. So that's the only thing I
Yeah.
can put up. But yeah, God of War runs great. It played as well as you can expect a streaming action heavy game to play. So the latency's obviously a little slower than it would be in a 1-to-1. But I never even once I got sunk into what that latency was, I adjusted pretty quickly. Granted, I have a deep knowledge of God of War 3, so maybe that has something to play with it. But yeah, so those 2 games, those were my 2 my test dummies. I wanted to see, the different levels of how it was, and those performed admirably. They performed well.
Yeah.
I'm struggling over here. And then the game I really want to rave about. A game we've talked about time in every now and then. It's a game I played a lot when it came out. Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution. And let me tell you guys, this game's fucking awesome, dude. I forgot
I
how
know.
good this game was, man. I jumped in, I played the longest round I've ever played in this game because I went for a much different type of victory. I went for an economic victory.
Mhm.
So you have to get over 20,000 gold, and then you have to build the World Bank, which takes a while. I think I finished in 2045, which I had never even gotten past the 1900s because I usually go for just the, conquer victory, just the war victory.
Mhm.
It's usually what I go for. And let me tell you what, man, this was some of the funnest moments I've had in like a turn-based strategy game in a long time. This 4.5 hour session, I stayed up to like 2 in the morning playing this game because I started the session late and I just didn't want to stop. This was fucking cool as shit, man. By the time I got to the end of the game, um, I had just everything set up. I was building the World Bank. All 5 nations that were in the game were attacking me because they were pissed as hell. And I just had a fleet of ships around all 4 of my cities, just knocking everyone down. And the only way that people could get to me with the way I built kind of like the islands and all that is I had my main city and then 2 smaller cities in one line in front of my main city. Then I had an island city that was building my fleets, and just the fleet was surrounding the whole peninsula I had set up, dude. I was a
Jesus.
fortress. And dude, man, it was so much fun. I was loving every second of it. And each one of my cities, for them to take over, I had like 5 armies tucked in the city to defend it. So like I wasn't losing, and it was just awesome because like I delved a little deeper into the mechanics than I usually do with the game. Like people would attack you randomly, they wouldn't like you, and I had so much money because I was going for an economic victory. I'd be like, you know what, just take $1,000 and leave me alone. I don't feel like dealing with you. I was like the dickhead, communist, money hungry leader, and it was so much fun. Like, and I would use it to my advantage. So I would sign a treaty with somebody, give them some money, and then because I wasn't really researching too much military might, I would just go to them and buy the military knowledge. So like I would focus on, economic stuff, creating, a diverse culture and all these things to grow my banks and everything. And then I would just go talk to like Germany and be like, hey, can I get some steam power? And like, here's $200 steam power. And I just bought all their knowledge and then built my own fleet and then just killed them with it. And dude, I'm telling you, if you have PlayStation Plus, this isn't a hard game to run. There's no action really like that.
Or even if you have an Xbox, you can also get a backwards compatibility on there as well.
There you go. Perfect.
Go get it. Yeah.
That'll probably be a much more seamless experience, even though this one, again, perfectly fine experience.
On Xbox, it got a resolution bump, so it's 4K. So
Perfect.
you get 4K 30 on Xbox One or Series, whatever series you have. Go play it, because yeah, I totally agree with Mike. This game, it's probably one of my favorite strategy games, that type of strategy game that I've ever played. I love that game. Ever since I got it back on the 360 on gold, I love that game. And I really wish they would make another one, which they did. They made a sequel, but the problem was it only came out on phone. And then even more annoying, they stopped updating it, and you can't really buy it now. At least I don't think you can still buy it, because I have it on my phone right now, Civilization Revolution 2. But you could definitely tell they haven't updated it in a while.
Sorry, my
wish I could show you.
But yeah, man, that was the first time I've ever tried to go for.
See,
nice.
Civilization Revolution 2.
Oh my god, the PS3 streaming version looks way better. Oh fuck, that's rough,
I know,
dude.
yeah. It still plays the same, so it's really cool. But like, yeah, it never got any like mini updates, and it hasn't been updated since like 2016, probably. It was a while ago.
One thing I will point out that's slightly irritating is PS3 streaming is locked to 720, and when you have a 65-inch OLED TV, not the best looking experience of all time.
Yeah.
But it did look terrible. You could tell that, especially doing Enslaved, there was artifacting everywhere. And I don't know whether to chalk it up to a 720p image stretched or streaming, or that's just the way the game was made back then, because we all know games didn't run very well back in the PS3 and Xbox 360 era. They just didn't. So, but anyway, Sid Meier's Civilization Revolution. Guys, go play this game. I don't care how old it is. It's still that's the most fun I had this entire week. That 4.5 hour session that I played, only played one session. I was enthralled. I just didn't want to stop playing. And I knew how late it was. I knew I had to get up early for work. And I'm like, I just don't care. I'm playing this game and I'm finishing this session. And man, when I tell you this, my strategy brain of like deciding where all my armies were going to go, like I had all my heavy ones at my front 2 cities. And then I had all my archers and my catapults like behind my main city or in my main city. And then I said I had the island nation the island city that I literally took from Germany because I was more cultured than they are. Like the people just talked to me like said, hey, we don't like our people. We want to be a part of your civilization. I was like, come on in. And I just put them to work making ships. And when I tell you I had a fleet, I counted before the last turn. I had 12 fleets of freaking ships just surrounding my islands. And every time someone came in to attack me, boom, dead. And then people would come attack me from the others, like trying to push up the peninsula that I was on. and they never even got past my first city. And all 5 nations were attacking me at the end because they were like, "No, you're not winning this. You're not getting this." And I was like, "Look, I've bought in all your knowledge. I used the money. I made treaties. I bought all the power that you have, and I'm in almost an impenetrable situation. You're not winning this thing." So anyway, I've been rambling about Civilization Revolution for a while, but let me tell you, that was fun as hell, man. I love those 4.5 hours. And anyone out there that you haven't played this game, if you have the slightest interest in a more pared down strategy game that you don't have to go super deep into the weeds like modern Civilization games, go check this out. Whether PS3 streaming, Xbox backwards compatibility, or native play if you still play on your PS3, which is why I have this guy right here. That's why I'm showing him off. One of my favorite consoles of all time, the PS3 Slim. All right, that's my week.
Yeah, definitely not the last PS3.
No, the Super Slim's
God,
gross, dude.
dude, that thing was disgusting. That
Super
was the
Slim.
worst thing I've ever. No, actually, I agree. Both, honestly, both the last 360 and the last PS3 were the ugliest things I've ever seen. Disgusting, horrible looking consoles.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, man. I remember. I'm not gonna mention his name because we don't like the guy, but you know that guy that I used to live with.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He had a PS3 Super Slim, and dude, it was flipping that drive open. I'm like, there's no way this is a toy, right? Like this is just a joke, right? This isn't an actual console. Nope, nope. I still
An
want it, by
actual
the way.
thing.
I still want to own it because I want to own every PlayStation console ever made. So that's kind of my goal, is to eventually own every single one ever made.
I would like to own a PS3 in general. I want to buy it for my dad because he has one, but he never uses it. And I'm
I have
like,
two.
can I have it?
I
So I would
have
like to have a PS3 that actually works so I could actually play some PS3 games because I really am annoyed that like I don't want to stream them because I'm not gonna lie, I just don't have the internet. And I think it's mainly that's the fact why I don't like streaming is just like you have to pay a lot of money and you have to have good internet.
Yeah, I got
I don't
900 meg,
have
so
Yeah, I don't have that. I have like 400 or 500 and that's me upgrading. I had previously like 300. So, yeah, it's kind of expensive. I mean, I spend like $100 a month on literally 500 to 600 megabits. And we already checked about your internet. They don't have that in my
yeah, I
region.
know. I checked too for
So,
you.
it's very annoying. So, I already told the people that I'm moving in later, I told them I want gigabit internet. I'm like,
I,
we're getting gigabit internet. We're going all the way to the top. Like, I want the best of the best because there's gonna be 4 of us living in this house, and I already told them my PC is probably gonna suck a lot of that internet out. So I'd rather have good internet. So please.
yeah, AT&T has fiber gig down here in Memphis, but they don't service my area, so I was a little annoyed by
Yeah.
that. And by the way, the debut appearance of my dog, who is doing paw tricks in the background right now, so y'all get to see her. She's a beautiful creature, but so say hi to Kona, everybody out there. But yeah, so like I said, there she is, right there.
Oh.
Don't know what she's doing. She's doing paw tricks in the background. Have no clue, but she's adorable, so and I love her. But yeah, no man, that was cool. I said I have my slim that actually works, and then there's the fat version right there that has no chance of coming back. I've already taken it apart. It's completely trashed. I think the board's shot, so I'm not reviving that thing. So, all right. Anything else, man? Sorry, I rambled on a little bit about that, but
No, you're
I
good.
really love that economic victory experience in that game. It was just so cool. So it was so fun. 4.5 hour session, and I just didn't want to stop playing. It was so fun. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the rundown. Let us know down below what you guys have been playing throughout the week. What are you looking forward to? What are you excited to play? What have you been playing? Have you checked out PS Plus streaming lately? For me, it wasn't that bad. I know for other people, it's kind of spotty, but seems to be coming forward. Hopefully, they can keep improving it, keep making it work. Or eventually, maybe they just, figure out backwards compatibility for PlayStation. So that would be nice. Oh, sorry, emulation. That'd be really nice. But all right, let's go now into POTS, also known as Point of the Show. This week is a deep dive into 2 more showcases. We're going to start with the Ubisoft Forward, which debuted literally as we were recording the last episode, so didn't get a chance to watch that live. So just like always, we're going to give you a short rundown, review, thoughts, opinions, and then we're going to dive into each of the games and tell you what we thought about what they had to show off. So, Mr. Birdman, why don't you take it away? I'll lead on the Capcom one. You can lead on Ubisoft. What do you think about Ubisoft's Forward 2023?
I honestly am going to give it an A tier. I thought this was a fantastic. Well, mostly fantastic showcase. It had two very cringy moments in there that really hurt me. I really didn't like it. Like they had this one guy come out for the Netflix thing that hardcore made me cringe. Also starting off with the the Just Dance thing, and then also saying it's an Olympic esports event thing, and they're like the finalists. That also made me cringe a lot. I literally decided, since it already all came out, I skipped through that real quick because I just didn't want to watch it. It was hurting my brain. I just couldn't do it. Um, but yeah, I would say it's definitely still an A tier. I still am kind of interested in that Blood Dragon thing, but the guy just was cringy. I honestly just think he was trying to be way too funny in front of a bunch of corporate people. Clearly, like they had Phil Spencer in the crowd and all that. I'm like, dude, who are you trying to make laugh? Like, there's not a normal. These aren't normal people. These are
Yeah,
business people in suits.
which
They're
is
not gonna laugh.
which is
It's just
funny
not
because like
funny.
when I saw him show up for the first time, I was really excited because if you don't know, Adir Shankar, he's made a lot of fan films. One in particular that I love, and he made the Power Rangers adult fan film from a long time ago, and it's so cool. So when I saw him for the first time, I was like, "Oh, this is awesome! This is cool." And then like Logan saying, the session kept going. I'm like, "This isn't awesome anymore. This is awkward. It's
Yeah.
weird." But yeah,
And Ubisoft said no. And then literally everyone was just super quiet, and it sat there for so long, and I'm like, this isn't funny. Like, dude, I like the stuff you make, but stop. Just get to the point. Show us what you have to show us, and let us move on with our lives. And I forgot, the last thing that was super cringy for me was the Skull and Bones part. Ugh. It was bad. I don't care. I'm sorry. Maybe they're good artists, but I'm not gonna lie, was awful. It sounded horrible. I don't know if it was the recording they were doing. I don't know if they just didn't have enough acoustics in the area, but it sounded awful. It sounded so bad, and I'm like, this isn't good. This makes me hate Skull and Bones more. So stop. But I still give it an A tier because I feel like they really came out after all the bullcrap they have, and now have ever so slightly, with a pinch of salt, have a little bit more faith in Ubisoft. Yep.
yeah, I think
I have gained a small little fragment of hope, and it's only because one studio, and that is massive, carrying the damn showcase and carrying Ubisoft. They're the ones that got me hyped.
yeah,
So
I don't know what Michael Jordan juice they're drinking over there, but I was bouncing back and forth between an A and a B, and I think I'm gonna stick with an A, which is what I felt strictly coming off of it. But then I remember I turned to Peyton and I was like, "Am I really gonna give a Ubisoft presentation an A? Like me, a Ubisoft presentation an A? I'm surprised way more by you. I thought I was gonna be on not a totally opposite sides, but I thought not a Ubisoft hater. You dislike Ubisoft a little bit
I've
more.
just lost a
Yeah.
lot of faith because all the things at least I did enjoy have every time they just keep killing and killing and killing these studios. So I'm happy to see that they have at least one good studio left. And also there was a well, I totally forgot about this. I'll talk about when we get to the point.
But
But
anyway,
I just thought they had a lot to show,
yeah,
and I feel like they really proved to us that they still have somewhat creative juices left in them. And again, it's mainly one studio, very heavily leaning on one studio, but I still think other studios had some pretty good stuff to showcase. And also, one game that came out like a while ago, coming out with a new update that actually looks pretty fucking cool.
good.
So
We'll
yeah,
dig into all the individual
yeah,
stuff, but yeah, I just want to
yeah,
say I think this is an A tier. It's a low A tier, but it's still
yeah.
an A
It's
tier.
definitely not like, if I had to, like, again, how I was talking about last time, I would say Xbox is still above this in the A tier,
Yeah.
where this is more of a lower A tier kind of thing. But I still thought they really came out and showed us some
I
stuff,
was
and I
very
love it.
surprised. So,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
think my big takeaway is something that I think PlayStation was missing in theirs. Even Xbox was missing a little bit. They missed the mark on that middle high note. A lot of showcases start hot, end hot. There's a lot of them that missed that little middle high water mark, and I think this one started hot, ended hot, and it had Logan's gonna laugh at me, but it had Mirage, and Mirage looks fucking good, man. I'm just saying, doesn't look great, doesn't look amazing, but it looks exactly like I want Assassin's Creed to look, and that gave me that middle jump, and that made kind of the lower kind of portions, you know, your Captain Laserhawks, your Skull and Bones, your couple smaller things that weren't as exciting, that made them sink a lot less than if the entire middle sucked. Because we had that high watermark for me personally in the middle of the showcase, I was able to deal with the low portions a lot better than I was something like PlayStation's or Summer Game Fest, where there was like a long stretch of nothing in the middle with no high watermark. So that's where I sit. Again, low A tier. I thought it was way better than I ever expected it to be. That's probably why I'm a little high on it, because it honestly went way beyond my expectations. Mostly because my expectations were, akin to dirt.
Very
so,
low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's go through each individual thing. Not in order, because I don't remember the order. I remember the first two, the first thing and the last thing. So we'll start with the first thing. But Avatar.
Well, you're forgetting the first thing. It was Just Dance 2024. Are you forgetting the most exciting game of the showcase?
So Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora comes out. I know. Every showcase of Ubisoft starts with Just Dance. You know that, right?
I know.
Every single
it's
one.
Nothing new. There's nothing to be said. It's Just
But again,
Dance.
it's a very successful game for them. They sell a lot of them. They make a lot of money. So who am I to judge them? I may not like Just Dance, but you make a shit ton of money off it, so show it off. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there. Well, not I'm sure. I know there's a lot of people out there.
Amy likes Just Dance a lot.
Yeah,
so I mean,
it's cringy to us, but I know a lot of people love it out there. But anyway, the real show starts with Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora getting a fairly deep gameplay trailer. I think it was like 4 or 5 minutes. Maybe not. Might have been way longer.
From what I can tell, it's 6 minutes.
6 minutes. Okay, so a pretty deep gameplay trailer, showcase, a release date announcement, and I gotta say, looks pretty good. Doesn't?
Yeah.
Looks pretty darn interesting.
It actually looks pretty fun to me. I know a lot of people are comparing it to I already forgot. Oh yeah, Far Cry. I want to forget.
Same.
But but this actually looks good compared to Far Cry 6. So it has a lot of kind of comparisons with Far Cry, which is totally fair because it does kind of look like the Avatar universe, but Far Cry. But I do still think there's a lot more going on with this, and it still seems to be more of a serious story compared to like what Far Cry has been lately.
It's fucking Avatar. It's immediately better than Far Cry.
And
you're playing as a big ass blue alien.
And I gotta say, they nailed the look. I think they did a really good job of nailing the look. I think the graphics look phenomenal. This looks insanely fun. And obviously we could play this with friends, and maybe this will be a day one. If Mike wants to play it, I would love to play this with you the entire game. This would be awesome.
That was the big one that when they said that, I was like, oh, I was not expecting that. Complete and utter co-op the entire game. And that one, I don't remember them saying anything about this beforehand, but that one took me off guard, and I was like, I did not see that coming. Which I guess I should have can, because this is essentially a Far Cry skin, and Far Cry is playable co-op, so... And I don't really say that. I say that jokingly. I think this looks way better than Far Cry 6. As someone who played Far Cry 6.
The world looks huge, too. They showed off a bunch of the regions, and it looks gigantic.
And it's
I'm excited.
A new area of Pandora, that we've never expected. I did kind of have to roll my eyes when James Cameron came on screen. I'm like, whatever, man. I understand. This is your universe. You're super proud of it. By the way, did you hear that the movies got pushed back? So Avatar 3 isn't coming out till December of 2025. And then Avatar 5 got pushed back to 2031.
Can't wait for 2031.
Neither can I, dude. I can't wait. I absolutely love this universe and this franchise. I think it's incredibly interesting and creative. And even though I know it is derivative. By the way, Peyton was very surprised that people were like, oh, she didn't realize that it was very similar to Pocahontas. I'm like, who the fuck doesn't know that? Of course it's Pocahontas. It's the same story. What are you talking about? But anyway.
There's also a lot of comparisons now with Avatar: The Last Airbender, where they have all these different, they have water. Now the next one's going to be in the lava, fire.
I know.
Here we go.
There's no record of this, so you could call my bullshit if you want. I can't prove you wrong, and I can't prove me right. But when I left the theater of The Way of Water on the drive home, I turned to Peyton, and I was like, what if this is like an Avatar, The Last Airbender kind of thing? Because we started with air, which is what
Mm.
Aang is. Then we went to
Mm-hmm.
water, and book 1 of Avatar, The Last Airbender, is water, and then we go straight into fire. I think I'm skipping over Earth. Well, no, Earth is book 3, isn't it?
Yeah, Earth is book 3, and
Yeah.
then the last one's fire.
No,
So
there's only 3 seasons of Avatar. It's
yeah, no,
what?
wait, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's water, earth, fire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I got book 2 and 3 mixed up. Well, I didn't. I guess they did. But I was like, what if we go fire next? And then they deal with earth, and then he announces like, oh, the next one's gonna be about lava and fire. I'm like, I'm a fucking genius. Again, there's no evidence of me saying this, but it's true. It happened. So anyway, I'm very excited for everything, and yes, I am happy to announce this is a day one for me, so we can play it on December 7th
Ooh,
together.
I would love to play this, man. Yeah, I'm actually hopefully it comes out in December. December release dates are always really scary because usually that's like a high chance of being delayed. I'm gonna hope to God they're not delaying it because this game supposedly already got pushed back. It was supposed to release not long after A Way of the Water, but it actually got pushed back quite a bit, which is fine. I'd rather than push it back. I don't want them to rush it out. So I'm gonna hope it comes out in December because that would be a really cool way to end this year. But
December
it
20.
really
Oh, you mean the
depends.
game? Sorry, my bad. I thought like the movie's not coming out for 2 more years now. So
No,
two
no,
two
I
and a
know.
half more years.
I just want to. I hope it does come out though this year, this game, because they have Star Wars next year, which I really doubt that's coming next year. I highly doubt that. We'll be talking. Well, I'm gonna save that for when we get there. But yeah, I am excited for this game. It
All right,
looks cool.
and
Again, brought some faith into Ubisoft for me, and I'm like, okay, not bad.
real
Yeah.
quick before we go on to the next game, I do have a voucher for what I was talking about with the fire.
Hi.
She vouches for me.
I vouch.
Yeah,
I said it.
Say that on the way out of the theater on the drive home.
I believe you.
All right, thank you. You can go away now.
Get.
I've been flipped off.
Yeah.
All right,
All right.
we'll go straight to the ender because again, I'm not doing this in order, so I don't really care. So they ended the showcase with an incredibly strong, although didn't run very great, 10-minute gameplay
Yeah.
showcase for Star Wars Outlaws, the game that was officially announced out of nowhere during the Xbox show. I guess not out of nowhere. We knew they were working on it. I just didn't expect to see it
Mhm.
at the Xbox Games Showcase 2023. And yeah, this looks fucking sick, dude.
I'm really impressed with it again. If they can make it look like this, Ubisoft, you got something here.
Well, Massive has
I
something because the last
That's
two games we
true.
talked about are coming from the same studio.
Yeah, and I
By the
gotta
way,
say,
how
both of them
big is
have
that
looked
studio?
insanely good. I don't know, man, but I don't know how the fuck they're creating two massive game. Haha, get it? Because they're
Well,
massive.
the
But they're
studio's got to
making-
be massive.
Massive. I would hope to God. Supposedly, though, I mean, everyone's talking about how Assassin's Creed has such a thing. Where the fuck are they doing? Look at these two games, and they can't even make one Assassin's Creed. What is happening? Like, I don't get it. But yeah, massive, dude. You guys got this. Like, I gotta say, I'm very impressed. I was already really impressed with the Division 1. I thought that was a very beautiful game. It had its flaws, like I'm not a big loot person,
Oh,
but I
okay.
still really enjoyed that game for what it was, and I found the story to be pretty interesting and everything. I never played Division 2, so I can't really say much about it. I can't say I hated Division 1. I actually liked Division 1 compared to Destiny 1, which disappointed me, I think that same year. I think that was the same year. I'm pretty sure it was. But yeah, so I have faith in them to make some of this stuff, but I'm really curious on how they're going to do this Outlaws, because the stuff that they are talking about, I don't know how the fuck they're going to do it. They're saying it's open world and you can jump between planets. How many planets are we talking here? 1,000 planets? I'm just kidding. But like, how many planets are we talking here? And it honestly kind of gave me a lot of vibes of the Watch Dogs 1 showcase. Oh, something wrong? By the way, your mic is muted. You're not saying a single
I was
thing.
trying to listen if it was thunder or a truck. It's a truck. It's a small.
Oh.
It's a small wiener truck. If you know what I mean by that. Continue on. By the way, I looked it up. 750 plus people are at the studio, so that makes sense why they can push out this many
Oh.
games.
Yeah, but still,
It's a
dude,
lot of
like
people.
this Outlaws game seems really huge, and I'm just curious, like, how much they better not overpromise on things, because they haven't told us how many planets yet, but it is open world, and it kind of reminds me a lot of a certain game coming out this year with the fact that you can jump between planets. There seems like there's a lot of like RPG mechanics where like, and then especially like how they showcase like how you get some choices in this. Again, this kind of reminded me a lot of that Watch Dogs 1 gameplay thing where they were like, like he got spotted and started popping up on all the TVs and everything, and then you get that wanted thing. Like this very heavily reminded me of the Watch Dogs 1 first gameplay trailer, which is a very scary thing because the Watch Dogs 1 game trailer clearly was not what we got when we got the game when it released. Don't get me wrong, I still like Watch Dogs 1, but I completely understand that that game had a gigantic, to say the least, graphical downgrade. So yeah, I think this looks phenomenal. I do believe most of this is in game, but again, they have some time to work on it, and I don't know. I'm just curious to see what they can do with it.
Yeah.
I will say I'm impressed for what they showed me, but I'm going to lower my expectations. I can fully believe everything I saw in the Avatar thing. I fully believe everything I saw there. Whereas Outlaws, I feel like there's a lot going on, and there was a lot of gameplay, but I don't know for sure if I fully can believe everything yet because it seems too good to be true. And especially it's Ubisoft. I know it's massive making it, but it still has Ubisoft behind it, and that kind of scares me. So
Yeah.
I'm a little worried about it.
I will say, the rumor is they're shooting. I mean, we talked about this a couple episodes ago. They're shooting for a early 2024 release date. I don't see this hitting early 2024. I mean, also, I think that's way too close to Avatar. Like, why would you put out two massive RPG open world games? Yeah. Right next to each other from the
Math.
same studio. I will
Yeah.
say before we move on, Nyx is my new love of my life, dude. Nyx is adorable, and I cannot wait.
Hmm.
Something Star Wars just doesn't get wrong is the companions. It's a little thing that you just gotta get right. BD1, Nyx now looks like he's gonna be a part of that. R2D2, BB8, like Star Wars may have had a lot of misses right now. They don't miss on the companions. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah.
Although that one robot one from episode 9, he's kind of a miss. I don't even remember what the hell his name is, but honestly, the all of episode 9 was a miss. So
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so impressed by it, but I'm really trying to lower my expectations because it's got me pretty hyped. Like this is kind of like one of those dream Star Wars games for me. I've always wanted a nice, like, straight up open world Star Wars game where you can go from planet to planet. And Lego Star Wars, surprisingly, is the closest thing we ever got to that, but that was kind of disappointing because you can't really do much on those planets other than just collect stuff. Um, so I'm really hoping this is that game. And I'm going to lower my expectations because I think a lot of people are going to probably think Starfield size. We definitely aren't going to be getting a Starfield size game here. But I am hoping that we get a decent amount of planets. And I hope they're pretty big. That's what I'm hoping for. From that first planet they showcased, pretty big. I will say it looked pretty huge from what I can tell, and I just hope that there's a lot to do on these worlds. I hope there's a lot of side quests. I hope this isn't very linear. I hope you could do a little bit more. I mean, I hope you could just be an outlaw in general because that's what you are. But we'll see. I don't know.
yeah, and if
I'm
this
very
does
curious.
if this does hit, if it is good, that means pretty much three of the best, or all three of the best modern Star Wars games, of games not made by the person who controlled the individual rights. So maybe hint hint Disney, let the rights go. There's rumors that apparently they're trying to sell it back to George Lucas because they don't want it anymore. I don't believe those rumors at all, but
No way.
that would be awesome. I would love that. George Lucas is like, you know what? You fucked up. Let me fix this shit. He comes out, hey, episode 7, 8, 9 didn't happen. We're making them again. I'd be like, let's go. But that's not happening. All right, continuing on. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown got a gameplay reveal, and well, I guess it's not really a reveal. I got a gameplay showcase. I was soft with this game when it was shown at Summer Game Fest. I'm still soft on this game. I don't love the art style. I don't love the way it looks. I don't like the way it's designed. I don't love what kind of genre it's in. This 2D Metroidvania semi-open world. Those key phrases do absolutely nothing for me. Even though I do like, the Metroidvania style, I don't think it fits very well with Prince of Persia. And I'm not in on this game though. I don't like the way it looks. I don't like the way anything looks. I don't like the way it looks like it may play. I don't know. I'm just kind of off. So
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I see a lot of people lately being like, I don't get why people are hating on this. It's like, because first thing first, it's not even about like the look of the game or anything. It just seems like the vibe that they're going for this game is not Prince of Persia. They're just using the name Prince of Persia, and they're honestly just putting it on a different game that they clearly were trying to make. Because it doesn't seem like a Prince of Persia game at all in any way or form, other than supposedly they added Sands of Time abilities into it, but that's pretty much the only Prince of Persia thing I'm seeing out of this. The music is just awful. I don't know who the fuck they hired or did the marketing for this game, but that music sucked. It is not Prince of Persia music. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of this game. It seems like I mean, that's cool that they're making something that's more akin to the very classic Prince of Persia games with that 2D side scroller. But yeah, it didn't really interest me, and I don't think they did anything more in this gameplay showcase that would prove anymore. I will say one thing I really did not like about this is like I don't know why they started this part showing us a cinematic trailer for it when we already saw gameplay at the Xbox thing like a day or so before. I just felt like that was a weird move where like we clearly know that's not how it looks. Like just show us the gameplay. You don't need to show us a cinematic trailer that you probably spent too much money on that you probably should have just showed at the Xbox showcase, but instead you showed us gameplay at the Xbox showcase, then showed us a cinematic trailer, then showed us gameplay again. Why? I don't like that. I don't know, I just think that's dumb. But yeah, it looks okay.
Again, I don't think I'm hating. I'm just letting you know why I don't really, I'm not vibing with it. There are haters
Yeah.
out there, and like I said, if you're excited about this game, I hope it comes out. I hope you love it. I hope you get to enjoy everything you want to do. I mean, shit, the people who play Gollum out there, I hope they enjoyed it. I'm not hating. I just, for me, as a Prince of Persia fan, as someone who has played, I played the original, and then obviously I played all the PS2 ones. I love those. This just isn't what I wanted from it, so I'm not hating. Back the fuck off, internet. Just don't like it.
But there is a lot of people that dislike the trailer for this game a lot.
It's not a good
But
trailer.
also,
Like,
so be it for even Fable, which I think is really dumb for a lot of people. People are like the girl's ugly, so we're gonna dislike it. What the? That's a whole nother topic. That's really pissing me off, to be honest. I just think it's so dumb. But
all right.
yeah,
Next, we're going to go into the Assassin's Creed block. And if I remember right, they started this out talking about Assassin's Creed Codename Jade, which I don't know why you have to say Codename Jade. Why can't you just say Assassin's Creed Jade? Why is the name Codename Jade? That's
I know.
dumb. But anyway, this is a true to form Assassin's Creed open world game coming to iOS and Android some point in time. I don't remember when. But what do you think?
Honestly, kind of cool. Like I'm honestly, oh yeah, right there. Um, but yeah, from what I could tell on here, looks pretty cool. I'm actually kind of interested in it, but I'm also curious because it's a free game. What kind of monetization you got going? From what I could tell with Ubisoft, their monetization is pretty severe, even in paid games. So how is it in a free-to-play game? Probably even worse. So I'm very curious to see it. I think they're having like a closed beta sometime soon. They had a public testing phase later this month. Um, but I think it looks good for a phone game. Dude, this looks pretty fucking good. They got a big open world. It's supposedly more akin with like Odyssey, but I'm kind of mad that they made this game into a mobile game instead of a mainline game because honestly, just sounds really interesting. But maybe it's really good still. It's Ubisoft and it's a free to play game, so my expectations are all the way to the floor at this point. But I think graphically and gameplay wise, it looks fantastic. I think I would definitely play this game if it's actually really fun and the monetization isn't as severe as I'm hoping it won't be. But I was also kind of hoping this was. I even told this to Amy. I said, honestly, I would have a lot more faith in this title if they just came out and said this is a paid mobile game. You could buy it and play it. I would rather pay for it than have to deal with getting it free to play and
Yeah.
then making sure now that I have to deal with what monetization it's going to have. Is it going to be like, oh, you assassinated too many people today? You got to buy more crystals to assassinate more people. Oops, your character's health went away. Looks like you're going to spend $5 or wait 3 days for your health to regenerate. What is the monetization for this? If it's cosmetics, I don't give a shit. That's fine. I can live with you guys selling cosmetics. It's a free-to-play game. You have to make your money somehow. I get that. But you're already pretty bad with your paid games with those time saver things. So what is it like in this game?
Fucking hate that shit, dude.
I know, I
It
did
feels
too.
like the game is designed. Never mind. I'm not gonna get into it.
No, it is. It is though. It is designed that way. It's designed to intrigue people to go buy these time saver things so they don't have to waste as much time or grind as much. And if this is a free to play game and it's built like Odyssey, which already Odyssey had a lot of flack for being way too grindy and way too difficult to get to the next section of the game, imagine a free to play game that is literally designed like Odyssey. It's gonna be like triple that. Like, I'm just so sad because it looks so good. Dude, this looks badass. It's in the Jade Empire. It's fucking so much stuff is going on. It looks awesome, and it's a mobile game. I would love to play this game on my phone, and I probably will still check it out. But I'm really scared for it because I want it to be good, but I really don't have high expectations for it.
Yeah, I don't have
So-
any expectations at all. I do agree. I think it looks good. I think it looks interesting, but
Yeah.
I just don't know. A game that I know Logan was excited about, got a little bit of details here. Assassin's Creed Nexus, the VR Assassin's Creed coming to MetaQuest 2 at a unspecified time. We have learned now that it stars 3 of the assassins of old in a 3-pronged story. You will get to play as Ezio, Connor, and Cassandra. And they made it seem like Cassandra is like some big proponent of Assassin's Creed. I'm going to fight back against that because Cassandra sucks ass. But Ezio and Connor are really cool. Connor's game may not have been that good. And he's not that interesting of a character. But Ezio's really cool, I guess. What do you think?
I'm a little annoyed by this because they came out with a fully just cinematic trailer for this, showing 0 actual gameplay. But what's really annoying is you go look at the pictures that they actually showed off, and it actually looks really good.
They had gameplay,
But
didn't they?
why didn't you? No, not a single second of gameplay was showed, and it was all cinematic. And I'm like, why? Like, I just don't get that. This is supposed to be something that's supposed to be coming out decently. Well, I don't know. It doesn't have a release date supposedly, but it's supposed to come out this year, I think. And they just didn't show anything. Like, they showed a bunch of cinematic stuff. Like, what is that supposed to do for me? Oh wow, that really is so. I bet the game's gonna look like that. Oh, it doesn't. Oh wow, what a surprise! It's called a cinematic trailer. Cough cough. People for avowed. But Assassin's Creed Nexus. I did look at the actual photos, which by the way weren't in the showcase, and it does look pretty cool. It actually looks surprisingly very like from what I could tell from the pictures, it looks really good. And it's a Quest like standalone thing, and I think you can get on PC. I'm not sure. It's very weird with that, but it does look really cool though. Yeah. But it's like it's supposedly like semi-open environments, and they're like mission based.
Yeah.
And you can like kind of find ways to do your assassinations. So I don't expect much for it. I have very low expectations for this because I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Ubisoft didn't put that much time into this game, and I bet you it's gonna be like a 2-hour game. And you could probably finish all the missions in like 2 hours, and there's probably not much more to it. That's my expectations for Ubisoft because
That's a little low,
I don't think
feel
they're.
like.
I mean, that's what I'm expecting for a game like this.
enough.
Who knows? We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a solid title. Who knows?
I'd be expecting a full-fledged VR experience, 10, 12 hours maybe, like a full-fledged. I don't think VR experiences are like 40-hour games. Like, it's just not how they're built. But I'm expecting a full-fledged VR experience here. And I do have to say, I want to play it. Don't know if I ever get to because there's no news on PSVR 2, which seems an odd decision, but hopefully it'll come there eventually. All right, let's go to the one that I have tried my damnedest to keep my expectations reeled in. I've tried to walk the walk and live the talk. I can't do it, man. Assassin's Creed Mirage looks fucking legit, and I don't know another way around it. It looks like everything I've wanted them to do for almost 10 years now. And I don't want to say that because I've been burnt on Assassin's Creed back-to-back times now. I do think Origins is a pretty enjoyable game. It's not overly bloated. You know, you can knock it out in 30 to 40 hours. But I just, man, I'm not gonna say I was blown away by it because for some there is a part of me that just expected it to look this good, and I don't know what to say. I just think it looks fucking good. It looks like everything I've ever asked for in the past decade out of Assassin's Creed is coming in this game, and I can't wait, man. I'm gonna be. I don't like saying that. I'm gonna be honest. You guys are. I'm giving you my true, honest opinions here. I don't want to have to or want to play this game. I don't want to put more money in this game and be disappointed again. But everything they're saying, everything that they're showing, what it looks like Assassin's Creed, and that's all I've ever wanted from the series. And if it is, y'all win. You get my money this time. Next time we'll see again, but I just thought it looked fucking cool, man. I thought it looked legit, and I thought it looked like I said, everything I've wanted for a long, long time from this series. What do you think?
Well, I'm definitely nowhere close as high as you on it.
I figured.
I still have my expectations to the floor with this. I don't really have any high expectations whatsoever. It seems like they're really just trying to capture that audience with, we're going back, guys. It's classic. We even have a filter where you can put the Assassin's Creed 1 filter over your game, and you can look just like the first game. Wow, guys,
What,
isn't that
blue?
great?
People forget how blue the first game is.
I know,
the first
but
game
yeah,
is
they
blue as
actually have
shit.
that as a filter in the game. You can put that as a filter and actually play it that way, which does kind of fit the theme of it. Is in that kind of area. But I'm not gonna lie, man, the parkour looks like shit in this game. It's still Valhalla parkour, and I'm like, dude, like you guys didn't even take the time to you changed the animations for fighting and doing all those other things, but the parkour, dude, when they actually put the gameplay down, they actually showed him going to the thing. I was like, dude, the parkour still looks like Valhalla parkour, which is not good at all. I still think it looks pretty terrible because he's like very weighted and he's like, whoa, uh. Like that's the parkour in this game. Go play Unity, dude. It's like 5 times more exciting. I don't know. Like, do they not have the animations from Unity still? Like, I'm sure they still have them, right?
Well, I
They didn't delete them.
Like, people forget the parkour in the original games was very weighty. Like, it took a long time to climb a tower.
The original game back in 2007.
I know. That's what I want.
We're in 2023.
I'm telling you, man, this is what Assassin's Creed fans have been wanting. Maybe not that Assassin's Creed fan, but this Assassin's Creed fan.
Yeah.
I want to replay the first game in 2023. That's what I've wanted. Just take it back to the beginning. And I think there might be a chance that Valhalla's parkour system works much better in a city environment than in like a wilderness environment. Because again, parkour doesn't work in a wilderness environment. That's dumb. And then I never knew why anyone thought a parkour system in a mountain is effective, because it's just not. So no. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm expecting this to be a A-tier game, a 9 out of 10 or anything like that. But I am expecting me to at least fairly enjoy this game. I'm hoping it comes in at, in the mid 80s on OpenCritic and Metacritic. That's what I'm feeling. I do have to say, I do have one criticism. Graphically, it didn't look as impressive as I thought it was going to. The facial hair on Basim looked pretty bad.
Dude, those NPCs are looking rough.
So
I mean, it doesn't help that they literally showcase a bunch of massive games, and then you look at this game and you're like, that ain't looking too good. I already know this. I know this is using the Valhalla engine, so it's not using something new. That didn't change a lot. So I already knew that. But for people out there that don't know that, and they're seeing a new game coming out, and then they've seen both these massive games with Avatar and Star Wars, they're like, man, Mirage ain't looking too good, because Mirage looks ugly compared to those two.
Yeah,
in my
that's
opinion.
Snowdrop. It's a significantly better engine.
Oh yeah, but I will say, like, the environment of Mirage look great. I think the combat looked pretty good. The AI, again, look pretty rough. They still look exactly how they did in Valhalla. Not fantastic. But yeah, also just parkour was like very, very heavily weighted. It just wasn't as exciting and as fluid as I would want it to be. I feel like since you're an assassin, you got to be pretty quick, and I felt like he was still wearing that Viking armor. He still felt very heavy. Anyways, he's wearing just like the normal Assassin's Creed cloth, which isn't as heavy as Viking armor. That's why I can give Valhalla the benefit of the doubt, because he's wearing heavy armor. He's in a Viking. He's not supposed to be fast, you know.
Valhalla doesn't get any leeway. It
But-
sucks.
No, it still sucks. I trust me. I tried to play it too. I hated it. Not as much as you. I feel really bad for you.
98, and I checked 98 hours I put into that fucking
Yeah.
game, dude.
I put like 30, and I was like, dude, this is the most boring thing. I tried to like it so much, and the thing is that first like 15 hours was so fun. I was really enjoying every second
It's
of
so
it,
good.
and then they just got It's like, what happened? They just lost everything, and it just got really boring, and it got really repetitive, and
When
it just
they-
wasn't fun.
When they focus and when they narrow the scope, like the old Assassin's Creed game, I'm talking, 15 to 30 hours, when they focus in on that experience of being an assassin in a city, Assassin's Creed is awesome, man. I've loved a lot of them, and it's really good. Even though I do have a lot of complaints about Unity story and character and all that, just being in Paris and just setting a point, like, I'm just going to go here, and I'm going to do it in the most creative way I possibly can. It's simply fun, and that's making stories and making it adventures out of your own intuition. And that's something that Assassin's Creed has lost a long time ago. And I hope it's here. And I hope it's a good story and a good narrative. And it's in and out in a time. Pretty much the game respects my time. And I don't think Assassin's Creed has respected my time in a while. Like, definitely not Odyssey, definitely not Valhalla. Neither of those games respects your time as a player. And that's all I want. I want to boot this game up and 20 to 30 hours later, be completely done with it. And I will be through the moon. Sorry, I'll be over the moon happy and excited. As long as the game doesn't suck for those 30 hours. But like you said, even in Valhalla, there's an amazing 40-hour game inside of Valhalla. It's just stretched out so far and so beyond the need. So we'll see. All right, let's kind of block these things and run through them. The Crew Motorfest got another, I think, trailer. I don't think there was gameplay. I don't know. Who the fuck knows? Didn't care too much. Obviously, coming off of the Crew. We'll see how it is when it comes out, but let's be honest, Horizon's going to be better. So Forza Horizon, not Horizon Zero Dawn. Very different case. But then Captain Laserhawk, we already talked about that. Cool looking anime, weird ass dude. X Defiant beta comes out. Still no release date, which is annoying as hell. Why won't you
It
just
says
tell us?
this summer, but
Why
it
won't-
doesn't have any release date, which makes no sense. That means like it's coming out within a month or so. Give us a month. Like what?
Yeah, just let me know
I
when
feel
I'm
like
playing
they-
it. So
Yeah, I mean, again, it looks good. Looks fun.
I'm excited, man. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
And all the list of content, very impressive. It's gonna launch.
Dude, yeah, they said what was it? I think they said like a map every month, which is stupid.
It's gonna
like,
launch with
if they can
14
do that,
maps, 5 factions, 5 modes, 24 weapons, and then throughout year 1 they're gonna add 4 more factions, 12 more weapons, and 12 new maps. So that means by the time year 1 of this game's done, 36 that's wrong math. 36 weapons, 26 maps, 9 factions, and they haven't said anything about new modes. That's a meaty ass. That's content. Even if
Dude,
half of them aren't good, that's fucking content. That's all I've ever wanted from a game.
They are trying to heavily compete with Call of Duty, and honestly, I'm all for it because Call of Duty needs some competition, and this is what I love to see. So I'm hoping they start to make Call of Duty sweat a little bit because honestly, it's very popular right now. It has a ton of people that usually play Call of Duty moving over to play this game, and I feel like it really has a chance. And this is another Ubisoft game that I'm actually less than just slightly impressed. I'm very impressed with it. So I have a lot of faith in it. It actually looks really fun. I would like to actually be able to play it, which it does have a open beta this week on June 21st through the 23rd. A very short fucking open beta, but I guess it is still like an open beta if you have time to play it, which I hopefully can play it this week. I'm gonna hope I can.
I'm playing it Wednesday night, so if you want to hop on with me,
yeah.
I'm playing it Wednesday night.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will not have time Thursday and Friday night because there's a little something called Final Fantasy 16 coming out, so I will not have
That's
time. But I am really excited to check it out Wednesday night. They said all I've seen is videos of it. I've heard the reactions, I've heard everything, so I'm very excited to feel it for the first. That was a weird sentence. To play it for the first time.
Yeah, and dude, like
to really
the
get
maps
to
are
feel all
looking
the
good.
curves, to rub up in this game, get inside
Yeah.
her. That's what I'm. the fuck
Oh Jesus.
what is wrong with me?
God dang.
All right, Skull and Bones got a beta announced coming in August. We have a little bit of drama to report on that later, but still a beta, no official release date, so who the fuck knows? Still not officially out. Tom Clancy's The Division Resurgence, their mobile game for The Division, coming out fall 2023, and they finished. Well, they didn't finish. This isn't in order, but the last thing we'll talk about is they had a little sizzle reel that revealed some crossovers, including a Halo crossover, which was kind of interesting, and that's it. What was that crossover with? Brawlhalla. There it is. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I had to read it, so don't give me credit. But all right, so we talked about all the big stuff. Skip through all the small stuff. Anything else you want to throw out here?
I honestly thought the Riders Republic skate add-on was really cool. I don't know. I feel like we haven't really had a actual good skating game come out in a long while, and that's kind of a really cool update, honestly, to bring it to Riders Republic. Kind of makes me want to try it because like I love skating games back in the day, and that sounds kind of dope to have. Like, I don't know. I just thought that was interesting. That really caught me off guard. So
Or
also the Halo crossover, pretty sick too. I was like, all right, that's awesome.
one thing that took me by surprise: For Honor, Year 7, Season 2. I did not know this game still played. I thought
Oh
they
yeah,
closed this game
yeah.
down. That's
Dude, there's a
wild.
huge community of people that still play For Honor. Dude, it's hard, dude. I don't know how people do it. I like the way it looks. I thought there was some cool things about it. Story was very disappointing. But man, yeah, I don't know how people do it, man. People are obsessed with it. There's a hardcore community out there. So
All right. Overall, like I said, very shocked by how good this showcase was overall. Again, I don't know if we were high on Ubisoft, if this showcase still would have came in as high. I can't tell you that because we're not high on Ubisoft, but this did feel like a good step in the right direction. I'm not gonna say it's a step forward, Ubisoft forward. See what I did there? But this did feel like a step in the proper direction for Ubisoft. A lot of focus on single player games here. The multiplayer stuff that they're doing seems to be pretty interesting, at least X Defiant. And even like Logan said, the mobile games that we talk shit on a lot, they look fairly good. So we'll see. Still holding out, not going to judge anything till they come out, but I am excited. All right. Let's go through this one a little quicker. Capcom also had their showcase. And since Logan took the lead, I'm going to take the lead here.
Yeah.
Capcom is in a fantastic place right now. They are absolutely killing it. So I am fairly convinced that most of what we saw here is going to be very, very good. But the presentation of this was not very good. I'm going to give, just based off content alone, this showcase a C. Because there's a disconnect happening here. Japanese studios and Japanese companies show their games and communicate with media in a much different way than us Americans are used to in the way that we accept things. So I think there is a disconnect happening there that I'm sure this is exactly how they talk about their games and how they do things over there. So I don't really feel right discounting them to a D tier just because maybe it felt awkward to us hearing and listening to the way that they interact over there. But I do think content-wise, it had a couple good things. Dragon's Dogma 2 looks really fucking good, I'm not gonna lie. I thought that game showed extraordinarily well. Pragmata being delayed indefinitely was a fucking facepalm of a moment. You have a whole trailer to show us that it's not coming out anytime soon. Anyway, sorry, I'm diving into the minutia of it. My apologies. What did you think overall about the showcase?
D tier. Yeah,
Fair
D
enough.
tier for sure. I went into this pretty excited because I think Capcom's just been maybe they're getting a little too comfy now because they're like there was not really much to be shown here. I think again, yeah, you're right. Dragon's Dogma, cool. We got some more gameplay. But after that, nothing. We had Pragmata, look cool, but with probably the most creative and new way now to do delays. We had a lot of those black screens with a ton of text. No. We got a whole trailer, and then the black screen with white text saying, "Sorry, it's delayed indefinitely."
No, it wasn't even that. It was a piece of paper coming down that had the years that it was supposed to come out marked off.
Yep.
And then just a question mark at the end.
Yep.
A fucking question mark. I was so excited because I was like, oh, Pragmata, we haven't seen this forever. I'm excited about this game. It looks really cool. And then the fucking paper scrolls, and I was like, okay, yeah, 2022. I was like, oh. All right, cool. Never mind. It's never coming out.
I kind of just wish they never came. But also, I kind of get they need to tell us something because, like, we haven't gotten anything in a long while. So it's crazy to think that I think they showed this off at like the beginning of 2020 or 2019, and then obviously what happened.
No, the last time we saw it was PlayStation Showcase 2021. That's wrong.
Really?
I apologize. PlayStation Showcase when they debuted the PlayStation, so 2020.
Yeah. So and that's okay. Looks cool again. It did look cool, but I mean, it's not coming out for a while, and also it just feel like it was kind of a waste.
Can I just say,
it's
weird as shit that we got more information in the delayed trailer announcement than we do in the world premiere trailer. Way more. Like, I actually had an understanding of what was happening and maybe what I was going to be doing during this game, and then for them to come out and say it's delayed indefinitely currently was the weirdest fuck decision.
And again, it looks really cool, actually. So I was like, yeah, okay.
And like I said, I think on the presentation point, it just doesn't sit with Americans the way they decided to do things and all that. I just don't know. I don't think content-wise it was that bad. Ace Attorney's super big. I know a lot of people love that. Exoprimal, I will have to say, I'm actually I'm regretting that counter pick. I can't take it away now. I thought I could like put it on there just to have it locked and then take it away later. I can't do that. So
trust me, I would love to get rid of the Lords of the Fallen right now too, because I'm heavily regretting that one too, because it is looking pretty good. It still does look like it still has that previous Lords of the Fallen, so maybe I might get lucky, but I don't know. We'll see.
Kunitsugami, which by the way I can say that very well because I practiced the language. So Path of the Goddess. Why show the exact same trailer?
I know,
like the exact same trailer.
Also, that ghost trick thing that we've seen like literally 15 times now. We've seen ghost trick like so many times.
Yeah, and then Mega Man X Dive offline.
Yeah,
Mega Man X Dive offline is the name of it. Again,
and then they didn't put this in here, but we also got a small snippet again of the Resident Evil 4 VR thing, but no actual like. Show us more or something. Like, I don't know, like, or how about a Resident Evil 4 DLC? I don't know, like,
maybe just let us know that Separate Ways is coming. Like, we all believe it's coming. If it's not coming, then let us know so we can deal with our disappointment. But we still don't think it's coming. So if you're not working on it, please let us know. Again, Capcom's on top of the world right now. And again, I think Dragon Dogma 2 is going to hit. I think it looked great. I think Exoprimal's going to hit. Again, I'm regretting that counter pick. I think that's going to hit and it's going to be good. Ace Attorney is a good series. People love that game. It's not my style of game, but it did look cool, I thought. And then the Kunitsugami, again, probably going to hit. Looks good, but it's just the presentation, like I said, brought it down for what I personally think content-wise is maybe even a B tier, but that presentation brought it down a little bit. But again, there has to be a disconnect between American presentation and Japanese presentation, and that's where I think the weirdness and awkwardness lies. Especially that one guy who said he practiced the English version of the speech like for 2 weeks, so next time that he sees us, he would appreciate if we spoke Japanese to him. I was like, that's the weirdest thing I've ever heard in the showcase. I don't know if you remember that guy. I forgot what. I think it was the ghost trick guy. Yeah, he said, by the way, I practiced this for 2 weeks, so if we ever meet, I would appreciate it if you spoke Japanese with me. I'm like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? that doesn't hit with me, even though I am currently learning the language. But there's a lot of people who probably aren't learning the language, and they're like, how am I gonna do that? I don't know. Maybe he was joking. It didn't come off as a joke. It came off as slightly a little too sincere. But
yeah.
Anyway,
again, just a very not even average. I just thought it was very lackluster, the showcase. It honestly just seemed like they had a mandate to do it, when in reality, I don't really think they needed to have this. Honestly, I don't even know why they even had a showcase, because they didn't really have much to show at all. I would even say it's way less than even PlayStation. and PlayStation barely had stuff. So yeah, it was kind of meh. But I mean, they're at the top of the world right now. They're nailing every game that comes out. I mean, heck, even Street Fighter, which still blows my mind. Like, we've looked at all the reviews of the other ones, and somehow this one comes out of nowhere and just gets a 90. So yeah, they're kind of on top of the world.
92.
They're literally on top of the world. They can literally make. I believe in anything they make now.
Wanna-
I feel like it's good. They
I want
got
to point
gold
out
now.
that is 16 points higher than any Street Fighter has ever reviewed.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
fucking
insane.
wild. And it looks like it's deserved. So, and I'm not talking shit about that. I'm not saying the reviewers are off. It looks like it's deserved. So, all right.
Yeah.
Well, those were all reviews for the. That's actually our first different opinion. It's the first time in the showcase we've disagreed on something. That's cool. I like when we disagree. It makes for fun and an entertaining conversation. But all right.
Yeah.
We're going to go now to Around the Point, where we here at the Experience Point go around the video game world and give you the news that you need to know about. Number one on Around the Point. We're going to run through this a little quickly because we ran a little long on those like we always do. But Netflix Tudum, whatever that means. The Netflix showcase for 2023 also happened this week where they announced some cool things. Logan, I just wanted you to speed through, point out anything you saw that was cool here, and just we'll get on out of here pretty quickly. So.
Okay. Oh, you want me to just start going through this real quick? Oh, yep.
Any
Oh, okay. Yep.
Anything you
Anything
thought
else?
was cool.
Okay. Okay. Well, I already knew about Extraction 3. It is what it is. Oh, wait. No, I didn't. I knew about Extraction 2. I don't really care about those movies. Okay. Squid Game 2. Cool. I'm pretty actually interested in this. I like Squid Game, the first one, quite a bit. Anyways, I watched it in the worst way possible, but next time I won't do that. But I'm actually kind of interested in the Squid Game, the challenge thing. I don't know. It just seems kind of fun. It honestly seems perfect after how insanely well Squid Game did on Netflix for them to do something like this. So I'm very curious to see. Are they going to live up to the standards of Mr. Beast? Because Mr. Beast did a really good job of remaking Squid Game. So I wonder if they are going to do the same amount. So that's cool. A lot of this other stuff I'm not a huge fan of. So if you got anything,
You
I will
back
say
the
I
fuck
think the
off,
I got one
Bridgerton.
really big one.
Bridgerton season 3. You fucking stand down over there. Bridgerton is fantastic. Emily in Paris season 4. Again, step off your fucking high horse, all right, man. I'm just kidding. Kind of. Yeah. Got a new look at Cobra Kai final season coming out. I can't freaking wait. Unfortunately, gonna have to wait a while because we're in the middle of a writer's strike right now, so they're not even making it right now, which is a little annoying.
Same for, well, I guess we'll get that later. I'm just gonna keep going down the list here.
I'm skipping over the things I don't care about.
Picture 3, cool. We've already seen some of that. I don't really need to see any more of it, but I'm still kind of curious though. Is it a multi-part thing? Is Henry Cavill gonna be in both Volume 1 and Volume 2? We need these answers to be, or these questions to be answered. So I don't know. I'm sure you're excited about Outer Banks season 4. Again, it's not probably my type
I just
of
did the
show.
John Cena dance.
Oh my
The
God.
the John Cena meme. I wish I looked like John Cena.
I do want to say finally on this one, my God, dude, literally Last Airbender, Jesus Christ, dude, this has been in the worst freaking thing. I've been really excited for the show because honestly, I already knew about the casting for like over a year now, and I thought they picked insanely good people, and the pictures that they're showcasing here, I think they are really good. They picked really good people for it. I'm actually pretty excited for this, because Aang doesn't look like a fucking Neanderthal. Well, that was a little mean. I'm sorry. But we had that
Wasn't
shitty ass
mean,
Airbender.
dude. Yeah,
I
dude.
know.
Fucking M Night Shyamalan's was one of the worst movies I've
Oh
ever
my
seen.
God, dude, it sucked. Because literally, so people that don't know this, you know how they picked Aang in the first movie? He won a fucking online internet video thing he sent in. He's not even like an actor. He's never acted in anything before. He just won because he was able to do the Aang swing thing with the stick. That's it. That's what got him the role.
Before the internet roast you, I just want to say it's Ong, but that's okay.
Sorry, Ong. My bad. But yeah, I don't care. I'm gonna say Aang.
Whatever.
So
Can't even say Atreus right. So what am I saying?
I mean, do they even say Ong in the show? They don't. They say Aang.
Well,
So,
yeah, that's because you listen to the American version.
so if I'm wrong, that's the only version. That's the main version. It's not even an anime.
But the
Which people
name is
get that wrong
Japanese.
and
The
say-
name is Japanese.
Okay, well, but they say Aang because that's the English way of saying things. Everyone says it differently. Okay, so all right, but yeah, I just want to say I am very excited about this. Goddamn, dude, this has been revealed and talked about ever since like 2016, dude. I've literally seen this shit for so long. Finally, it's gonna have a release date, which is gonna be next year. Hope to God it comes out next year because I feel like they've been working on this for so damn long. I mean, it's been like what 2016, so let's see, we've 8 years. So like, it better be fucking good. That's all I gotta say. But yeah, I'm very interested in this. Again, go look at the pictures. Actually, looks pretty damn good. I think the people they picked are perfect. And yeah, I didn't watch the teaser, but I hope maybe some people got surprised by this, but I knew about this since like forever now. They even had this show up as like a search thing on Netflix back in like 2018. So yeah, they've been working on this for a while. So I'm very curious. I really hope it's good. I'm a little afraid still because I'm not gonna lie, Netflix has not been good at redoing anything of bringing animated to live action.
Like the old One Piece that, in my opinion, looks pretty bad.
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
don't,
look too great.
I don't know if you watched it. It looks rough. I will say,
But
Rebel Moon. I love Zack Snyder.
oh
Looks-
well, let me go to the next one real quick. Wednesday,
No
which
one
is next on the
cares.
list. I already, dude, watch it. It's actually really good.
No one
Okay,
fucking
you watch all
cares.
these shitty ass rom coms, but you won't watch Wednesday? Are you fucking kidding me?
No one
Dude, go
fucking
watch it.
cares.
Dude,
Watch
you
Emily in
actually-
Paris,
No,
bitch.
Okay, I will watch. Here's the thing. We'll make a promise here. You watch Wednesday, and I'll watch Emily in Paris. Yeah.
No, I don't want you to watch Emily in Paris. You're gonna fucking hate it. I
I
love
know,
it,
that's-
but you're gonna hate it. I'll
fair.
like Wednesday or whenever I watch it.
Dude, I'm just telling you, dude.
I'd
it's
rather
good.
you
It's
watch Outer Banks.
Okay, I'll do that if you watch Wednesday.
All right,
And
bet.
then also a second bit of promise, since that's only one season. Whenever Stranger Things come out, which we're going to get to later, the last season comes out, you better watch the whole damn thing, and I better hear what you think because
I'm a
I'm very
grown ass
excited for
man.
to
You
watch
can't
that.
tell me what the hell to do.
I will. Okay, but yeah, I already knew about Wednesday season 2 because Wednesday first season was fucking great. I watched it in 2 days. It was so good. Jenna Ortega is just like Henry Cavill when she's very into her role, and she does an amazing job. And again, I'm not a big Addams Family person, but I gotta say, dude, the show was awesome. So I already knew there was a season 2. It's nothing new for me, but still cool news in my opinion. But Rebel Moon, I don't know anything about. I didn't get to watch this trailer. I didn't watch this, so I'm going off of pictures. But I gotta say, last thing Zack Snyder made, I really didn't like, which was the Zombie Army.
Yeah,
I thought that
didn't
was
like it either.
I thought that was doo garbage. So I don't really think I could say, even without watching this trailer, am I very excited for it? No. The last Snyder thing I enjoyed was literally the Justice League Snyder cut. That's it.
God,
That was great.
So fucking good. That pisses me off more than anything. We could have got that in theaters,
I know.
but we didn't.
But then we got the shitty little One Piece thing. I don't know. I didn't watch the trailer. I don't really know much about One Piece. How are they going to condense what is literally a lifetime worth of watching of a show into movies?
Dude, I get so annoyed. Anytime anyone mentions anime, and I'm like, yeah, I've watched some of them. I like some of them. You know, I've watched the popular ones. Like, oh, you need to watch One Piece. I'm like, I'm not fucking watching
No,
One
dude,
Piece.
if you watch One Piece, you're watching it the entire year. That like literally, I know someone that did do that. He literally dedicated his entire year into watching this one show. I would hate my life if I ever did something like that. I'm like, dude, no show in all history is good enough for me to literally sit down for an entire year and watch it.
I just
Not
looked
a
up.
single show.
You want to know how many fucking episodes there are of One Piece?
I think it's like 1,000.
1,049.
Yeah. Again, you have to dedicate your entire year into watching this one show, basically.
All right, so 1,049.
yeah.
Let's just say what 22 minutes is the average anime.
And you could probably cut down like the intros if you really want to.
That's what I'm saying. 22. So
Yeah.
all right, 22.
Yeah.
So that is 23,078 hours. Let's divide that by 24. How many days do I have to spend watching this? 961. That's not right. 961 days.
Jesus.
No, because that's like one episode per day.
Wait, how much did you say? How many minutes or hour? Or no, it's minutes. How many minutes did you say?
23,078.
Divide that by 60, right? Yeah, divide that by 60, and that will equal hours, and then you can divide that by
Oh, yeah. I missed a step. My bad. All right,
yeah,
so let me read it again.
yeah.
23,078.
We're big math in here, guys.
23,078. Yeah. Divided by 60, so that'll give me the hours. So 384 hours divided by 24. That's 16 days of content.
But
That
that's
doesn't
16 days of straight just sitting there from the beginning of the day to the end of the day watching it kind
that
of
also
thing.
doesn't feel right. I don't know how math works. I fucking failed. I actually did fail,
Whatever,
but
it's okay. But yeah, it's a lot. And again, it's basically you dedicating an entire year to watch it. And again, I don't think there's a single show out there that not I really don't think there's a single show out there I could literally sit down and watch for an entire year ever. So, yeah. Next thing was Fubar, which I'm not gonna lie, I love Arnold. Don't get me wrong, he's very great. He was really great. But dude, these commercials are coming out kind of make me never want to watch this
my
show
dad
because
loves
they are
Fubar, so
unbelievably cringy. And I just honestly, I kind of wish they didn't come out with that because maybe I'd watch it. But he really isn't doing a good job selling it. He's making it very cringy, and that's what kind of isn't making me want to watch it. And I love Arnold, dude. I love most of the stuff he's in. But that, I don't know, man. He's not really good at selling it. But
my
do I
dad
know who?
my dad loves Fubar, so.
Yeah.
Wait, are you about to
But
tell me you don't know who Linda Hamilton is?
I do not know who Linda Hamilton
All right,
is.
you podcast over.
So,
No, I'm finding a new partner.
wait,
Linda,
now
fucking Terminator.
Oh, that's
It's Sarah Connor.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, I hate you so much. I am fuming.
I wonder what she's gonna be. I don't know if okay.
Probably a
that's
badass because it's Linda fucking Hamilton. How do you not know who Linda? I think you're capping. I think it's just
okay, here's
full
the thing.
cap.
Okay, well, if I would have just read that line that said Terminator, I would have known who she was, but I don't know by name. Okay, I'm sorry. So yeah, that's awesome. That's cool.
I just got so bad for no apparent reason.
But you're definitely I'm excited for you to watch it. I'm also really excited because I think Stranger Things is easily the best thing Netflix has made. And I absolutely love it. Every season has been every season has been really good. There are definitely some weaker seasons, but I still think they are all phenomenal. And I just can't wait to see how they end it because this better be the final season. I hope to God it's not pushed off. I'm just curious on how long this season's gonna be because season 4 was a fucking long one. I mean, heck, I told you about it. How the last episode was literally a movie's length. It was 2 hours and 30 minutes. The last episode.
I thought you said it was an hour and 30 minutes.
I thought it was 2 hours. I could have sworn it was 2 hours.
That's ridiculous. There's no reason
Yeah,
for that.
it was insane. But yeah, so that's cool. I don't know what Hearthstone is, so yep, that's it for me. That's all that really was
All right.
here.
Well, that was a lot. It was kind of interesting, kind of not.
Yeah.
Like again, the problem with Netflix is I just don't know how much stuff's gonna stick around right now, and also, they are gouging me for price because now I'm paying for my dad's membership and Peyton's sister membership. So my Netflix monthly membership, $35.
Jesus.
Yeah. That's a little dumb, but whatever. I don't pay for too many other streaming things. Disney's like $5, and I never watch it. So, and I get HBO and Amazon for
Well,
my
you
dad.
need to watch Mandalorian season 3. I think you'd really like it. You need to watch that.
You know, watch Boba Fett first.
Maybe a Loki as well. You know, it's only been out for like ever, but you'll get there.
Secret Invasion comes out this coming week too.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna fall farther and farther behind. It's sad because I just don't care that much anymore, man, and I don't really know why.
I think we all know why.
I mean, yeah. We all know why,
really
but
yeah.
It's just like, I don't know. I used to be up on my shit, seeing these movies opening weekend, and I'm not even going to use the excuse that life got in the way. I had a full-time job. I used to always go and see the next Marvel thing. I watched WandaVision day one. I watched all the first ones day one. Captain America, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier day one. I watched all these things, and eventually I just got to the point, I'm like, I don't give a shit because you're not giving me enough quality to make it worth my time. And I don't know. I don't want to preach too much, but I fucking hate Disney right now, dude. I'll be honest. I do not like them at all.
Dude, Disney is just digging themselves a grave because nothing, not even their normal Disney stuff is looking good anymore.
Yeah,
It's
no,
like,
it all
what
looks
is
like shit.
happening? Even Pixar's movie doesn't even look good. What is Pixar doing? No, you can't hurt Pixar as well.
We still got
No, I
DreamWorks,
don't.
so
Yeah, that's true. We do, but they're making a show that doesn't look good either. So they're making that weird squid. No, like what is it even? It's like yeah, it's like this weird what is it? The Kraken movie, where it's about this girl that doesn't want to be a Kraken. Yeah,
at least I get to go see Mufasa, so I'm stupidly excited for that, even though I know it's
what
fun.
is Mufasa?
Oh, it's the prequel to The Lion King. And I'm not making this up. There's actually a live action prequel to The Lion King coming out called Mufasa.
Oh my god, dude! And what's worse is Disney's trying to ruin Lilo and Stitch too, where I don't know if you've seen any of the pictures or stuff, but it's awful looking. And they're taking out my main man Bubbles from freaking Lilo and Stitch. What the hell are you doing?
Yeah,
Okay,
they kept all the fucking stupid fish in Little
I
Mermaid, but they're
know.
taking out Bubbles. Next thing you know,
No, not Bubbles. No, Lilo and Stitch. Not freaking Little Mermaid.
you said his name is Bubbles.
Yeah,
I said
you don't.
they left all the stupid fish in the Little Mermaid, but they're
Oh,
taking out
okay.
Bubbles.
I thought you were saying Bubbles was taken
Can I
away
say
from
something?
Little Mermaid.
I'm not a big Lilo and Stitch fan, which is hypocrisy to my girlfriend. So she loves Lilo and Stitch.
I'm very disappointed in you right
Okay,
now.
fuck off. You need to know who Linda Hamilton was. Go live
Okay.
in a closet for all I care.
But yeah, that's yeah, I mean I'm only mostly disappointed in you, but it's okay.
Join the club. There's a long list.
Yeah.
So all right,
What's next? What we
number
got?
2 on Around the Point. Turns out, after all, Respawn was heavily into development of Titanfall 3 before it was randomly pulled. This comes from Muhammad Alvi, who was a narrative lead designer on Titanfall 3 before it was cut. He told the Burnet Work, whatever the hell that is, he goes, Titanfall 2 came out, did what it did, and we were like, okay, we're going to make Titanfall 3. And we worked on Titanfall 3 for 10 months in earnest, so like in full development. He said we had new tech for it, we had multiple missions going, we had a first playable, which was on par to be just as good, if not better, than whatever we had before. But I'll make this clear. Incrementally better. It wasn't revolutionary, and that's the key thing, right? We were feeling pretty decent about it, but not the same feeling as Titanfall 2, where we were making something revolutionary.
Well,
So-
you made some revolutionary because the first game wasn't revolutionary. So that's why 2 was revolutionary because it was way better. So
I'm not
then
gonna
why
lie,
don't you just
I
make things
love
better?
Titanfall 2, but I don't think it's revolutionary in any way.
I don't think so either. I thought it
Titanfall
was
2
really,
is
really good.
fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, like they're acting like they're Half-Life, dude. Calm the fuck down, dude. You're not revolutionary, dude. You need to calm your ass down. It was a very good game with a very good story. That I mean, one of the like better shooter stories that's out there. Not the best, but one of the better ones. And yeah, I don't know where this guy's getting off at. Like, dude, just because I'm just more frustrated by the fact. Let's just rewind to the fact that they were making Titanfall 3 and they stopped.
But here's
That frustrates me.
yeah, so here's the part of the story that I wanted to get to. I'm not gonna read the entire interview or anything.
Yeah,
You guys
yeah.
can go search it up out there. It's making its rounds. He says, and I quote, after doing all this work and talking about all the things they're doing, he goes, and then PUBG came out. And not EA. PUBG came out after Titanfall 2.
It did?
Yeah.
Really? Titanfall 2 came out that long ago? Holy shit, dude. Feels like PUBG came out in 2017?
Yeah, Titanfall 2 I think was 20s.
Or was it 2016?
Oh, hold on. Release date. March
Uh,
23rd, 2017.
Really?
Titanfall 2 came out October 28th, 2016.
Yeah, so Titanfall 2 was. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, okay.
I was like,
All
that
right,
checks.
yeah.
That checks.
I see that. Yeah, that makes sense. But
Anyway,
okay.
I want to get to the point here because this is what I think is important. And this has happened quite a few times. It goes on to say, we canceled Titanfall 3 ourselves because we realized we can make this game and it's going to be Titanfall 2 plus a little bit better, or we can make the next thing, which is clearly amazing. And they're talking about Apex Legend, obviously. So just like what happened with Mass Effect Andromeda, just like what happened with the game I can't, Anthem, guys, EA didn't do anything wrong. It's the developers. EA released Titanfall 2 wrong.
I do think EA was a part of that release date problem, though.
Oh no, that is fine. But
yeah, which
I mean,
makes me mad.
they were making the next game, so EA was like, whatever, didn't sell that well. Make the next one. So all this time we've been talking all kinds of shit on EA, and it keeps coming out. They weren't really to blame. And I'm not trying to be an apologist for them. I talk more shit about EA all the time. Madden is the most...
they still make sports games.
Yeah,
so.
they're the most money grubby hungry out there. But in this case, in these three major cases, probably the biggest failures in EA history, modern history, they didn't really have a hand in. And I thought that was kind of interesting to look at. And look, I like Respawn. I love Star Wars. I've always been interested in Apex Legends, even though there's no way I'm ever going to get into it. You should have just made Titanfall 3.
I know.
Titanfall 2 is so fucking good, man.
Dude,
it's not revolutionary. So it's just really solid.
I do think they did some really unique things that no one else has done, which is the whole Titanfall thing. Like, the mixing between on-the-ground shooter, but also mech battles. And then also, and they kind of did something before Call of Duty kind of copied it now, where they had a bunch of, like, AI doing their own thing. It felt like, well, basically a Battlefield. Maybe the same people. But I love Titanfall 2. I was blown away because here's the thing. I played Titanfall 1 and I was really disappointed in it because... And it's mainly their own fault for that, but it's just like they didn't make a story and it was only multiplayer. And the story was like ingrained with the multiplayer, but it just wasn't that exciting. I still thought there was some really cool things Titanfall 1 did, but it just wasn't enough. But then Titanfall 2 came out and I had no faith in it. So I got Battlefield 1 because it came out the same time. And then I ended up being completely wrong and actually playing Titanfall 2. And I'm like, dude, this is amazing. Like, what happened?
The freaking manufacturing level in Titanfall 2.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best levels ever developed for a first-person shooter.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I won't hear an argument against the other same, because I don't think there is one. That level, in just terms of design, not even comparable to anything that's coming out in the past, 5 years of FPSs. The design of that level, it blows my mind to this day.
Yeah, I'm really sad to see that, like, they're the ones who canceled it. I'd almost rather us be able to blame EA on this, but yeah.
That's why I included the story, because I thought it was interesting. It's like, we all just blamed EA for canceling Titanfall 3. We always just blame EA for things, and it keeps coming out over and over again. Again, I'm not an apologetic for them. The sports games are the most capitalistic bullshit in the history of video games. But it keeps coming out over and over again that they're not necessarily to blame for some of the games we wanted either failing or not coming out. Like Mass Effect Andromeda and Anthem, that's strictly on BioWare. They fucked those games up. Titanfall 3 not being a thing, that's not on EA. That's Respawn's decision. And I don't know. I just, again, not an apologist, just thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I'm so frustrated in that, though. Just like Titanfall 3 would have been so good. And I think after Titanfall 2 and everyone just absolutely loving it, I think people would totally be fine if they came out like with a Titanfall 3 now. Which, I mean, it probably will take until Apex Legends fails for them to do something like that. But, yeah. They also have Jedi. They always have Jedi Survivor and Jedi Fallen Order. So I guess, yeah, they did at least still come out with some very good single player games.
They're making something else, and I forgot. They're making a new FPS. I could have sworn they announced that. Uno momento, I'm looking it up. Go to Wikipedia for all my stuff. So yeah, they're making a first-person shooter in the Star Wars universe. They're making a strategy Star Wars game, and then there's another untitled game in development by Vince Zampella, which he's the head of the studio, so they're all by him. So I don't know what the hell they're talking about there. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm excited for the FPS Star Wars game. That'll be hype.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's Titanfall 3 in
Maybe somebody will make
all but
Battlefront
name.
3. Please. Battlefront 3. Please. Somebody.
Not EA.
Maybe DICE can stop making Battlefield and go back to Battlefront, please.
Do you really
something.
want DICE to try again at Battlefront?
Where they ended? Yes. Yes. I do.
Yes. But where they end isn't the story. They always start, not always, I guess, but recently they start shit. they start in the bottom of the trash can. So of course there's only up to go. Like the last 3 games, Battlefield 5, Battlefront 2, and Battlefield 2042, wasn't a lot of down happening there because you couldn't go down much farther than the way they came out. So,
or you go back to supporting Battlefront 2, you add more stuff,
that's not
and
happening.
you charge a little bit more money.
You just restart the entire servers and everything. Yeah, no, that's not happening.
Well, the servers are still running. People still play it to this day.
I thought they closed them.
Yeah. What?
I thought they closed them.
No, they never closed them. They
can't buy
stopped
it
supporting it.
Oh.
What? Yeah, you can still buy it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm fucking out the loop, man. I don't know.
Yeah. No, a lot of people still absolutely like they still have a lot of players playing that game to this day. So, again, people love it. I absolutely loved it, especially where they ended. I know where they started, not great, but where they ended, phenomenal. Pretty much what everybody was wanting. And they had a lot of plans with like making Ahsoka and bringing her in there. They even had like the entire model and everything made for her, but they just got cut short because they all got moved over to the new Battlefield, which we've seen what happened with that. So, not great.
Hey, that's in a decent shape now.
I guess. I don't know.
Gotta wait.
In a while.
You just gotta wait 2 years to play their games.
Well, it's in a decent shape for their main thing, but their portal mode that they literally talked all about and hyped it up to the max, they've done nothing for since launch, which is super frustrating.
Why would they? Because
they have been bringing a lot of the portal weapons over to the main game, which has been cool. Like now they added the RPG and stuff. They've been adding a lot of Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 weapons in there, so you can get like the G36 now.
Hey, and
so
guess
cool.
what? Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
There's a scoreboard.
Oh yeah, there's a scoreboard. But hey, now there's a new game that's doing everything better than them called BattleBit Remastered that literally has 256 players, and you can literally, it's doing pretty much everything that Battlefield couldn't. So
let's say we got BattleBit and we got X-Defiant, so they're trumping everything. Fuck it.
Yeah.
If the people we trust can't make the game, why not someone else? So
yeah.
All right. The next story. GTA writer and founder of Rockstar Games, Dan Houser, has officially announced his new studio. This per Jeff Keighley on Twitter. He says Rockstar Games co-founder Dan Houser has announced Absurd Ventures. Per release, Absurd is building narrative worlds, creating characters, and writing stories for a diverse variety of genres, without regard to medium, to be produced for live action, animation, and video games. So what do you think? I don't know if you've been following the story. I've been following it a little bit about what Dan Houser is doing, because it's pretty big when he left Rockstar. It's pretty kind of seismic in a way. People kind of lost a little bit of faith in GTA 6 because he was like the driving force behind the character writing and the things we love about GTA. So there's a little bit of concern there with GTA 6. But what do you think? I mean, there's nothing to think, I guess, but like, what are your hopes?
If he can do the same thing, to be honest.
That's
my hopes. Or just in general, I would love for him to at least build. Like, obviously, if he wants to do it in a different setting and all that, he doesn't have to do the same type of characters, but I hope he can at least somehow compete with them in making very well-made worlds in general, where I think that's where Rockstar really does everything well with all their games, is their world building and their worlds in general, and the fact that you really feel like you're a part of them. That's where I hope he can do things. He doesn't have to make them as wacky or crazy. He can do whatever kind of story he wants. But, I mean, he says it right there, building narrative worlds. I hope that that's something he can do.
I think the interesting
That
thing
does
is,
kind of worry me though, and I mainly probably think a reason why he left is because fucking Rockstar keeps making updates for GTA 5, and they're so money hungry that they don't care about how good their games are. They just want to get money from people now, which makes me kind of worried too. Honestly, I really hope GTA 6 doesn't have any problems,
I
but
mean,
kind of does.
I think let's pump the brakes a little bit on that.
Yeah,
I mean, they're one of the most refined video game developers out there. And,
yeah.
you know, the last two games they put out, GTA 5 and Gran Turismo. Wait, well, that's not right.
Gran Turismo,
Red Dead
no,
Redemption 2, some of the most
which
influential.
they barely supported, which pisses me off
Yeah,
still to this
but
day.
you think back in the day, a game would come out, and that was it. The game was out, nothing. But the next game would come out. I understand things are different, but I'm just saying, like,
Well, and
there's a
DLC,
correlation.
remember that?
Well, no, like back in the
Remember
day,
DLC?
there was no DLC. I'm talking about back in the back days, before
Oh
you,
yeah,
before
yeah.
you, when Logan was a little baby, sucking on his. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna say that.
What?
Not going that deep into the hole. That's a little out of pocket for me, which is saying
But
something.
cool, cool. Yeah, I'm interested to see what he does. I mean, we'll see things in like 10 years from now. We'll probably see something from him.
Hopefully
So
he's not as slow. I just thought it was interesting how he made with no regard to medium. So he's doing live action movies, animation movies, and games. He must have a big ass studio. Let me say that. Like
yeah,
that's a lot of shit going on. So we'll see. I'll be paying attention to Mr. Hauser in his studio. I'll be excited for the first announcement. But moving on to a very funny story. Right after canceling its PvE mode, Blizzard has made the fantastic decision that they're going to make you pay per each PvE mission. Let's dig into this a little bit. It says after Blizzard canceled Overwatch 2's PvE hero mode earlier this spring, the company promised that fans would still get PvE content. What they didn't tell players, however, though, is that they would have to pay for each and every one of them. On Tuesday, the company announced that when Overwatch 2 Invasion launches on August 10th, players are going to have to pay $15 for an Invasion bundle. The bundle, Blizzard says, gives players permanent access to the story missions. So not each and every one. I have my information wrong. While hearing permanent access might signal that you need to pay in order to keep playing them after a certain amount of time, that's not what it means. What Blizzard means is that you have to buy the bundle just to play them even once. Something that wasn't mentioned or shown at the end of the Invasion trailer, though, when it was originally released on Sunday. This is a quote from them. It says the Overwatch 2 Invasion Bundle is intended to give new and veteran players alike the opportunity to explore this brand new story arc, or giving them additional coins to unlock the premium battle pass or buy cosmetic content for their favorite heroes. Blizzard continues. Wasn't the original PvE mode supposed to be free to play? Like it was just a
yeah,
part of the
pretty
game?
sure. Yeah, that's supposed to be a side part of the game. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Because there was their whole point of making Overwatch 2 was the lack of the first game having a lot of PvE stuff. Like it did have those every so often seasons where they had these little tiny little side like little missions you could do with friends that weren't like super well built, but they're like little fun things. Well, with Overwatch 2, their main thing was making a heavy presence of both multiplayer, the normal thing to have, and PvE, where they spent 4 years literally making this heroes mode, which was supposed to be a very narrative, story-driven co-op mode where all the heroes have their own skill trees and stuff. They're supposed to be very heavy replayable missions. And then obviously that got canceled recently. And they didn't for sure cancel like PvE in general. Like they said they're gonna still have some missions, but they just canceled what they promised, which was the hero mode, which is just, but still now you're making people pay for it. Like what are you gonna do more? Are you gonna make a bundle that says you're a piece of shit, buy this? Is that your next thing you're gonna do? Because like
I didn't expect that from you. That made me
yeah,
laugh.
because like I'm just really curious. Because like I don't know, you already told them to fuck off, and then now you're like, hey, I'm gonna make you pay for the shit that we promised you for 4 years. That we literally were slowing down our production on multiplayer updates in order to make this mode, but then to last minute cancel on it, and then not only that, but also just make people pay for it. Like that is just
I've
you
always,
really
I've
Blizzard.
always,
You are.
go ahead. I've always wanted to be a fly during these meetings, and like this meeting had to go somewhere like, hey, we're gonna cancel the PvE mode that we promised everybody. Then in a couple months, we're gonna re-announce the PvE missions that everyone's been wanting to, but we're gonna make them pay $15. And everyone's like, yeah, that should go over perfectly fine. No one's gonna have a problem
Yeah,
with that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone's already
perfect.
super happy with us after literally us last minute canceling it. Wow, okay.
I don't. People say
Again,
PlayStation is money hungry, and every company ever developed is money hungry, but some of them are worse than others. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
dude, Blizzard is by far one of the worst now. Other
just
than
don't give a
obviously
fuck.
EA with their sports things, I think Blizzard's up there. Especially with like, have you looked at the skins that you could buy in Diablo? Like
No.
you say Call of Duty skins are expensive. For just one little cosmetic thing for your character, it's like $25. Just a skin for your Diablo character. $25.
It seems worth it for a $70
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, and then now they're gonna charge us $15 for Overwatch, where they already charged all this shit for skins and stuff that are overpriced.
See,
And now,
this is the only argument I will hear for the whole $70 game argument, is that we still have to pay an exuberant amount afterwards.
yeah,
And again, that's not the $70 price point's fault. That's the fucking people making the game's fault. Like,
I have a whole. I still have a little gripe with the $70 thing, and it's mainly not that it is $70. It's the fact that us, well, not us anymore, but console players, you're getting a console tax, which I kind of want to have a topic about that someday. But it's just like every game that comes to PC is still $60, but on console it's $70. Why? Why? But just why?
to be fair, you're spending
You're
10
moving.
less.
They can't give the thing about them moving sliders anymore because now they are current gen exclusive. So they're not changing any sliders. They are literally just releasing the game on the console, but it is still $70 on the console and it's $60 on a PC. Why?
To be fair, you're
You
paying 10 less dollars for, in recent track record, a fairly significantly detrimental experience if recent track records to be
Yeah, for
played.
some
So-
games for sure, but there are some games that are like perfectly fine and still it's like $60. I just find that kind of frustrating. And I feel like people are honestly, I think console players are just not seeming to care, which is fine, I guess. If you just like being fucked in the ass and paying $10 more, then that's up to you. You enjoy that. You like being
It's one of
you
my
like the
favorite
Switch-
things, actually.
Yeah. I mean, it's just saying people that love that Nintendo does the Switch tax, you know, like, oh, now we're console players. Now we could just say we have the console tax. Isn't that phenomenal?
Yeah,
I mean,
but I
literally
guess
Spider-Man comes over to PC and it's $60. Last of Us Part 1, remember when that was $70? Guess what? $60. I know it was shitty on PC, but let's talk about Spider-Man that wasn't shitty. Still way less expensive compared to the PS5 version. How?
yeah, but I mean that's 2 years
Ratchet
after
and
the
Clank,
launch, so
Rift Apart, $60.
that's like 2 years after the release of the game. Like, go if you want to play a day and date with PC. How
Okay,
much is
but-
it on PlayStation? Like 40?
But what's the excuse for all these other companies though that come out with games that come out day and date, same date?
Nah, I guess there's not much.
I don't know. I just find that really annoying. I know I just got way off topic with Blizzard thing, but I just think that's really annoying.
Not really. We're talking about money going to be money hungry companies. I think that's perfectly in line with Blizzard.
That's fine. I mean, that's why most things, yeah, especially Blizzard. Yeah, it's literally perfect. But yeah,
They
yeah,
suck. Dude.
for you Overwatch players out there, I hope you enjoy spending $15 to play some missions, which honestly, Overwatch would be a really cool story to tell. I'm sure it has a cool universe and everything, but like, god damn, dude. That's stupid.
I just want to say I'm sorry for the Overwatch players. Like, I just
Yeah.
feel like you have been just fucking railed every Friday night for the past year with this game,
Mhm.
and that sucks because I know people. Like, I get it. You're really excited about a game, and there's a lot of bad shit that happens with the game. But you're like, man, I still like playing it. So, like, you're stuck in this no-win situation. Like, I want to play the single-player stuff. I want to get a taste of the story. But I don't want to pay $15. So now you're stuck in the situation where, like, do I vote with my wallet and not buy it and miss out on all this content that I'm generally excited for? Or do I just bite the bullet, give this fucking shit company my money, and go off and enjoy my time? And that's a hard decision to make, and I do feel sorry for those. It's a decision that every consumer makes almost every single day. Like, what shitty company do we want to give our money to? Like, it sucks about corporate America right now, or the world. What shithole asshole company do we want to give our hard-earned money to? And just bite our lips and go on with our lives. Man, we're getting political here, huh? Let's move on,
Yeah.
but before we get canceled by somebody somewhere. My stream's just gonna, our recording's just gonna cut off, and it's not gonna be because of the power. All right, the next story. This is a cool one. I'm excited. I want to talk about some of the what could be's with this. So it has been revealed that Outriders developer People Can Fly has signed a new deal with Microsoft and Xbox to create a game for their console under their own IP. It says the deal was announced on Wednesday by People Can Fly, and they will work for hire contract with a total production budget estimated between $30 to $50 million. So a smaller tier game. The development of the game by People Can Fly will be performed under the. Sorry, I forgot to quote that. Quote: the development of the game by People Can Fly will be performed under the work for hire base on the intellectual property rights owned by the publisher and will be entirely financed by the publisher when advancing by the company of the development works. That's a lot of stuff I don't understand. Anyway, end quote. The game is currently known as Project Mavic, and it will be based off an IP owned by Microsoft, although there was no mention of which IP it is, obviously.
Please, God, do not be Gears of War. Please, God, don't be Gears of War. Please, God,
Why, you don't want to Gears of Judgment 2?
no, I please, God, no. Please stay away from it. I don't want you near it. Don't touch it. Don't think about it. Don't smell it. I don't want you near this. You better, I swear to God, Microsoft, you better not have given them Gears of War shit, please. I don't want to see it. I don't want Judgment 2. Don't get me wrong, Judgment's campaign, fantastic. Multiplayer, garbage. So please, please stay away. So.
Dude, Judgment's campaign is not awesome.
No, it's pretty good. It was
No.
pretty good. I just hate that they changed like everything else about it. Like they changed the control scheme for whatever fucking reason. They ruined multiplayer by getting rid of Locust, and they made it human versus human, which I thought was really dumb. It was just very lackluster, and it looked worse than Gears of War 3, which I don't know how the hell you do that.
Sorry about that,
Yeah.
Peyton. Peyton was trying to tell me something. So,
They're good.
yeah. Obviously, it's not going to be Gears of War 3 with a $30 to $50 million budget. If Microsoft thinks $50 million is enough to make a Gears of War game, I don't know what they're doing. Because God of War cost $200 million. That's how much it cost to
Literally,
make.
Judgment was the God of War. What was that God of War? Ascension? What was that
No.
one that everyone forgets about? What is that one called?
Yeah. God of War Ascension.
Yeah,
The
Ascension,
one with the multiplayer and everything. So
yeah.
yeah.
Ugh, yeah, that's pretty much what that was. No one talks about it, and that's a good thing.
Now that
It's
had
like
a
no one
good campaign. The multiplayer wasn't very good in that one. That one I'll agree with you on. A decent
Yeah.
campaign, sorry. It was at the point in time that old school God of War was starting to feel derivative a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got 2018, so what are you bitching about? Shut up.
Yeah, it worked out. I mean, hey, we still got good Gears of Wars coming out, so I'm fine with that. I just don't want them to do a Gears of War. Hopefully, it's something good, something better.
What about a Gears of War in the style of Outriders? Like an Outriders Gears of War skin type of thing. Because I liked Outriders. I liked Outriders a lot. I played it a while.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Yeah, I really had a great time with my friends that waited for me. You know, it was a good time.
Maybe if Discord didn't suck so much, or you would
I
just buy a
know, I know.
PlayStation. Wait.
Yeah. But yeah.
Just
okay,
spend
well,
$500 on a console, and then I'll play it with you.
I'm curious though to see what they do though. I mean, I feel like they make
Moving
obviously they
on.
make some good games. They make Bulletstorm, so Bulletstorm was good. So I at least played that and enjoyed that.
Like I said, I think Outriders is great, even though someone decided for some reason, unbeknownst to me, not to play the game. But
Yeah, I wonder why.
oh, I do. I have apologized for that a couple times. I did feel bad about it. I have my reasons. It's none of them are good, but I do have my reasons. I just want to point that out. They're not excusable reasons, but they're technically there. So, all right, we're closing up now. We're actually making good progress. I'm proud of us, Logan. We're doing it.
Yeah.
Give me a high five, a virtual high five. Boom, there we go.
Ugh.
That was lame, but it's okay.
Very delayed.
It was extremely delayed. All right, Skull and Bones.
We insert clap noise.
I didn't come through on your end, but it definitely came through on my end. Hey, there you go.
There we go.
Yeah, we got the bit. All right,
Yeah.
we'd say we talk about the drama behind Skull and Bones later, and here it is. So earlier, like I said, they announced the beta coming out. They have now said that the beta will not come out to consoles, PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, according to the official Ubisoft website. No official information as to why the changes occurred has yet been provided, but one developer in the Discord said that the information will be adjusted, but it might take a few days as everyone's quite busy with the UB Forward still. Also, somewhere inside, update. Sorry, there it is. A developer in the Skull and Bones Discord has said that the test was never intended to come out for consoles, despite players being given the opportunity to sign up for the beta via the PS5 and Xbox Series X and S stores. I don't even know where I'm at with this game, man. I have no fucking clue. How is it just coming to beta this year? And not even early. It's late. It's August. The end of August. It's fall. And it's finally coming to beta for 3 days.
How is it not even coming to console? Like, what? Like, at this point, what? I just don't even get it. Like, dude, this game is it is basically Gollum at this point. I have literally zero faith in it. I think it's gonna be a laughing joke, and just release it. Just instead of having this beta, just release it.
Here we go.
Just give everybody you want, get your money, and leave.
You want to talk about pure proof that Ubisoft doesn't know what the fuck they're doing with this game. It says, it was recently revealed by Ubisoft that there's a secret, improved version of Skull and Bones that hasn't been shown yet to anybody, not even the testers.
I'm
letting this sit in.
Yeah.
So there's a version.
Guys, we got a big secret version coming out. Big secret version.
We haven't tested it yet. Yeah.
Trust me.
It's
wait, by the way, console players, you can't test it. PC, you can test it. What the fuck? Dude, this game still looks like Assassin's Creed 4. The fuck? Like, God, dude, this game, dude.
That sentence blew my mind. So they're saying it's improved, but it hasn't been tested yet.
But
So
what?
How the
What's
fuck
been improved?
What I'm saying is the game hasn't even been tested yet. So how do you know it's improved? That's like saying I just built a better iPhone, but it's not been seen yet. It hasn't been tested yet. But mine's better.
Yeah. And by the way, the testers didn't get to look at it. But we did. And it's improved.
Yeah, it's much
Trust
better.
me.
Yeah, because we totally trust you.
Yeah,
It hasn't taken you 8 years to make this fucking game.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
I have no clue what's going on, dude. I don't. This game cannot be this big to take this long. We are going into GTA 6 territory of how long this game's been in development.
And
I don't even think, I'm pretty sure it's been in longer than GTA 6. Because I'm fairly confident.
Way longer than GTA 6.
It probably didn't go into full-fledged development till late 2019, early 2020, probably. And that was smack dab in the middle of COVID, so.
Because they showed it off in 2017, I believe.
No, I was talking about GTA 6 there.
Oh, yeah. So, because they would have, they probably would have been in development around, either 2018 or so. But yeah, like, what the, dude, how, at this point, this game is just so bad. Like, just release it.
Here's the thing.
You know it's going to do bad. You know you can't fix it. You guys have spent so many years trying to... I don't even know what you've been doing, because you definitely haven't been fixing it. You definitely haven't been adding anything. It looks like the same thing I saw back in 2017. Why? Like, it looks like Assassin's Creed 4. It looks like this game should have came out back in 2016. That's what it looks like.
I want to point this out. We saw this game before we ever played God of War, Red Dead Redemption 2, or Spider-Man. We saw this game before we even touched those. A year before we even touched those 3 games.
When did Sunset Overdrive come out?
2015.
Was it 2015? No? You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's 2015. Wait, when did they show Skull and Bones? It wasn't 2017. It was like...
No, it's 2017. Sunset Overdrive came out in 2014. My apologies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Skull and Bones was originally revealed at E3 2017, which, by the way, it looked almost done in 2017.
I know. That's what
it
I'm
looked
saying,
complete.
because it literally just looked like Assassin's Creed 4. It looks like they just kind of stripped that out and put it in there. I'm like, okay, sure. Like that was definitely a title I was thinking was going to release within that year because it looked very basic. I'm sure some people would enjoy it. Fine. But dude, how does a game like this take this long to make? There has been so many releases since then. It's absolutely insane. I mean, literally Insomniac has made 3 games.
4 by the time this game comes
4.
out.
Yeah,
Unless this
4
game
games.
manages to beat Spider-Man 2 to market, Insomniac would have released 4 full games.
2 God of Wars have released since this.
The list is long when you look at like
Dude, how does it take this long to make a video game? Like, and it still doesn't look good. Like, what had they been doing?
Okay, here's another one. This game was announced 2 years before we ever played Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, and we've already played and beaten the sequel to that game.
Wait, and then also, I'm pretty sure Breath of the Wild came out in 2017, didn't it?
Yeah, it came out that year.
Oh my god, we've had 2 of those games come out.
I think that came out, because that came out in March, so that would have came out before E3, to be fair. So we played The Legend of Zelda before we heard about Skull and Bones. But still, to be fair. People forget how long it took to make Tears of the Kingdom.
I just want to know what's been happening behind the scenes, because, like, you have done nothing different. You haven't added nothing different. There's nothing different about what we saw back in 2017 to what we see now. So if they've been making changes or doing this secret different version, where? I highly doubt that. Like, it literally looks like the exact same game. Like, it looks like it's been finished for years now, and they just haven't released it. I don't know.
I'm gonna say
at this point,
I'm gonna say
either
2 things real quick before we move on to our final topic. This game could very easily be absolutely incredible, and it doesn't matter at this point in time because there's so much bad juju with this game. It's fucking sinking to the bottom of the ocean with the amount of bad shit that's on top of this game. And secondly, I can very easily see a scenario based off what we just watched in the Ubisoft Forward that this is the last remnant of the 2010s Ubisoft that we got. Yeah. That this is just, we got to suffer through this last bit and then maybe possibly we get the next wave. This is Ubisoft's Resident Evil 6.
Yeah. Honestly, I think they should just shadow drop it or something. just let it be. Just send it out to sea. Get it? Just send it out to sea.
Yes,
let it be. Let people just
shit all over it.
Can play it. Just get your money. Just get your money and go on with your lives. Just at this point, there's no point in just delaying it or pushing it forward. Just send it out to die because it already is in its deathbed and you spent so much money into it. You can't just cancel it now. You just got to send it out. I mean, the fact that they spent money to have these people sing that song too is even more of a spin in the face to like how long this game has been out. You spent more money on this game already. Honestly, what you should have did was just do a little snippet in that showcase because honestly, you're just wasting money. Like, why did you even spend all that money for that band to be there?
Yeah. Everybody who's interested in this game already knows about it. You don't have to market this to anybody. Like, we've known about this. I'm mathing real quick. For 6 going on 7 years now.
Mm-hmm. For most of a generation, a console generation, we've been known about it. And the funny part is this, is this not even coming out on the last gen consoles anymore? Like, I think it's just current gen only.
They canceled that a while ago, yeah. Yeah. Like, look, we know that development was completely restarted, pretty much from the ground up. But the sad thing is, they restart development for the ground up, and then appears to make what looks like the exact same game.
Exact same thing. Yeah.
And I don't know what the concept behind that is. I want to know how much I cannot wait for the numbers to come out. How much did this game cost? Because God of War Ragnarok costs.
I think it came out supposedly there was something about 120 million dollars.
No way.
Is what they yes. I'm pretty sure they literally came out with that. I
PlayStation
don't know. I
spent
didn't look this
200 million, 185 million on God of War Ragnarok. There's no
Yeah.
way this game has been in development for 7 years. Well, it's probably been in development for a lot longer because we just heard about it in 2017. So we heard about it 6 years ago. So the game's been in development probably for 8 years now at this point. There's no way this game costs under $200 million. There's no fucking way.
I need to look this up. I don't know who I saw it, but yeah, it was. The last I saw was 120 million dollars. So yeah.
I don't believe that one bit. I guarantee you this game is going over.
Yeah, if you look it up right now, it says 120 million dollars.
From when though, and from who?
Well, it's Wikipedia. But wait, let's see. Let's see Gaming Bolt here, okay? Gaming Bolt, yeah, Skull and Bones has cost over $120 million. Okay, so more than $120 million, but that's like the baseline, $120 million. And it's too big to fail, as the rumor says. But yeah.
No, it's not. What are they talking about? Too big to fail.
Yeah. When was this reported? Oh my god, this is way old. Never mind. This was back in July of 2021.
Oh, yeah.
So let's probably double that. Let's double the price.
Yeah, I
Probably
told you.
240.
Yeah, there's no way
Jesus.
this game's in its totality cost under $200 million, which is mind-boggling. I know games are expensive. I understand that. I understand how much it costs to run a studio. Well, I guess I don't understand it. I can grasp the concept of the size it takes to run a studio.
Oh, never mind. Okay. I was gonna say I was wondering how much Red Dead was, but no, Red Dead's like 370 million.
Oh yeah, no, Red Dead's super expensive.
And 540 million. I don't remember what it, for some reason they don't have an exact number, but it could be between 370 to 540, which is a big difference. But whatever it is.
Well, GTA 5 cost 250.
Okay, so they say it costs roughly $540 million to make Red Dead Redemption 2, which I could fucking believe that with how insane that game is.
Yeah, people do not. That's one thing I want to bring back around to the whole $70 argument. People don't understand how much it costs to make these damn things, dude.
I don't care if it's $70. I just don't like the fact that like PC for some reason just gets.
I get
to
that
get it
argument. Yeah,
cheaper,
I can
which
get
makes
behind
no
that
sense.
argument.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the final news story. We got some PlayStation news to run through here. Some cool things, man. I put 227 for that topic, man. We ran way longer. We're at 235 right now.
We had to roast Skull and Bones for a little bit there.
But I really do hope this is the last bullet we have to bite before we get into the renaissance of Ubisoft. Because I've been wanting it to come for a while. Because I really do love a lot of Ubisoft stuff. So I want to love it again. All right, anyway.
I mean, we got massive games, so yeah. That's something to look forward to.
We got Massive and Insomniac and Obsidian. Those are the three studios carrying some of the big developers out there.
Honestly, yeah.
All right. So Marvel Spider-Man 2 has gotten its ESRB rating revealed ahead of its October release. And no surprises that T out of team, but I did want to go through some of the details that they talk about in the write-up here and see if we can glean any sort of snippets from it. So in the write-up, they say, characters mostly punch, kick, and throw each other during fights. I don't understand the throw each other. Don't know how you throw each other around, but anyway, central characters can use special symbiote-based and electricity-based attacks on enemies. The rating page says, some enemies use pistols and or machine guns during combat. Gunshots sometimes result in small splashes of blood. Cutscenes depict further increases of violence/blood. A character gets choked to death and a dead body turned over. Blood drips on a leaf. In some crime scenes, characters can be seen trading unnamed drugs. Drug patches can be seen in a car truck. The words prick and ass also appear in the game. So no surprise on the rating, but who's getting choked out? You think Spider-Man's choking someone out?
No, I actually believe this is just the reference to what happened with the what's his name in the forest, because literally he chokes him to death. And then there's also blood drops on a leaf. So I think, honestly, this is just kind of probably that cutscene or so. I'm sure that it shows up.
We're getting Black Suit. We're getting Symbiote Spider-Man. He's very angry. You think Spider-Man chokes someone out?
Ooh, that'd be crazy. I don't know.
What if that's like the big moment? Like Spider-Man kills somebody in this game. And that's the moment that he rips off the suit. That would be wild. God, that'd be so. I just got chills. I don't know why I got chills, but that'd be the first time Spider-Man's ever killed anybody, as far as my knowledge goes. Outside, at least in the main continuity, he's killed people like in Elseworld stories all the time. Like
Yeah.
Miguel O'Hara kills people all the time. He doesn't give a fuck, dude. He doesn't give two shits. But this is the first time that like a Peter Parker, in the main continuity would kill somebody. That's wild. All right, couple other news. This is 100% a rumor, reported by Jeff Grubb, on his Giant Bomb podcast. I guess I'll shout him out. Whatever. He says he launched into a conversation about Marvel's Wolverine, offering up several key pieces of information. Firstly, he stated the game will have a rated M for mature, which means obviously it'll be violent. He also explained that it will feature dismemberment, making it one of the most violent Marvel titles in modern gaming. It may not be. Wait. Oh no, sorry. Never mind. It may not, I'm gonna skip that. Never mind. See, I fucking misread that. Sorry, I apologize. And he says, furthermore, Grubka claimed that Marvel's Wolverine may not launch until 2025, but Insomniac is still aiming for a fall 2024 window, and it will boast a semi-open world linear design very akin to God of War and Star Wars Jedi Survivor. So there you go. What do you think? Are you ready to rip people in half as Wolverine? That would be sick, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna be kind of surprised for them to go to a semi-open world design, but
I mean,
we'll
again,
see how that goes.
that's where a lot of games are going to, and like I talked about it, I think a couple weeks ago. I'm quickly falling in love with that style of design. Like I loved Survivor for those open areas, but then you would go into more linear based narrative sections. And I just think it makes the game flow extremely well. Because I can get lost in an area, but I don't get like uber lost in like this massive open world, something akin to like a Ubisoft game or a Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, which I haven't played yet. But like I can't get lost in those big worlds, but I can get lost in a bigger area and then always have those smaller linear narrative things that I love so much to really drive the story forward. And like I said, I'm quickly falling in love with that with God of War Ragnarok, with Jedi Survivor. And with Final Fantasy 16 is also doing very similar stuff that we know about so far. And I'm very excited about that. That makes me so excited for this game.
Yeah, no, I mean, I honestly think it would really work pretty well too with Wolverine because, unlike Spider-Man, he's not a very he doesn't really get around quickly. So I think a semi-open world would probably work a little bit better. I just hope these environments are really excited, but I mean, it's made by Insomniac, so I have faith in them. But it's gonna be kind of weird because they haven't made. Well, no, that's a lie. I already lied to myself. Never mind. They make Ratchet and Clank. Kind of forgot about that. That's pretty semi-open world actually. So honestly, yeah.
Like two
I mean,
worlds are
that's
bigger, but I don't know if that's open
yeah.
world.
It's but yeah, no, I think that could work out, and I am very interested for the fact that this would be the first mature game they make, which we don't know if that's for sure yet, but
That's not true.
I would kind of hope it is for sure because
Sunset Overdrive is definitely in for mature. They throw the F-bomb all the time in that game.
it is.
Sunset Overdrive is definitely rated M. Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. Okay, well, cool. Well, it's not a very bloody game though.
That's
So
true.
that's where
It's
that's where
orange.
I'm really curious.
A lot
Yeah,
of
very
orange going in.
orange.
Orange blood.
Which is surprising why that's an immature game because like I've been playing it.
They
I'm
say
like, it
fuck
doesn't
like
seem like
12 times in the first cutscene.
Yeah, but it's still like I don't know. That's okay. But yeah, it's fair. Yeah, I'm curious to see what this is all about. I mean, obviously we won't be seeing this for a while, so. Yeah, that's cool.
I'm just saying, Insomniac is one of the few developers that I just don't care. I'm fully convinced that they can do no wrong until they prove me otherwise. Every single thing that they announce, I'm like, yep, probably going to be an 8 or 9 out of 10. I mean, honestly, if Spider-Man comes in at like a low 8, I'm going to be disappointed in that.
I am too.
Because like I just don't see that coming from them. I don't expect that from them. All right, our last bit of news: the PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium games for June 2023 have been announced, and it's pretty good month, if I do say so myself. Anyway, coming to the extra tier: Far Cry 6, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Shredder's Revenge, Rogue Legacy 2, Inscription, Solstice, Tacoma, Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, Killing Floor, Lonely Mountain Downhill, Vampire the Masquerade, whatever. Anyway, 100 Days Winemaking Simulator. That one's exciting. The winemaking game. No, we talked about the beer making game. Never mind.
Yeah, we did.
Game.
Yeah.
A Hat in Time, Carto, Foregoer, Dodgeball Arcadia, or The Wild at Heart, Red Out 2, Thief, MX vs. ATV Legends, Paw Patrol Mighty Pups Save Adventure Bay, My Friend Peppa Pig, DC Legends Super Pets, The Adventures of Crypto and Ace, The Talos Principles Deluxe Edition, Elex 2, and Conan Exiles. The game coming to the premium tier, also known as the Classics catalog, Killzone Liberation, that's a big win, Worms,
It is.
Herc's Adventures, and Coded Soul. Obviously, you know the games on the essential tier this month were the NBA, WWE 2K23. No. Oh, it's a game trial. Never mind. My bad. I lied. Anyway, pretty damn good month, honestly. I don't love Far Cry 6, but that's a big game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm excited. I'm gonna download that. I've been wanting to play that for a
Dude,
long time.
You should try Inscription. I've
heard it.
You would like it.
We've talked about
You
Inscription
would love
before.
it. Yeah,
But
it's
man,
fantastic.
Killzone Liberation, huge PSP win there.
Yeah,
Killzone Liberation.
Finally, only took fucking forever, dude. Like now, where's Killzone 1? You have it on PS2. Bring that shit over. It's a PS2 game. I could at least see Killzone 1 come over. Killzone 2, sadly, no. But you know, kind of cool.
You want to know something that annoyed me? So I was digging through the PlayStation Plus library. They have Resistance 3, which is a phenomenal video game. They don't have Resistance 2 or 1.
What?
That makes no fucking sense to me, because I saw Resistance 3 and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go back and play Fallen Man while I was digging through the library and all that. Nope, not there. Don't know why. But Resistance 3 is awesome. One of the best FPS campaigns, I think, out there right now. It's definitely up in top tier for me. But yeah, overall, pretty solid month. Said Far Cry 6, big game. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I'm personally excited for. Inscription, I know, hugely great narrative game. I do need to play it. But my biggest win is Killzone Liberation. One of the better that might have been Vita, now that I think about it.
No, it's PSP.
Was it? What's the Vita game?
Yeah, Liberation was PSP. They had that would have been a cool one to bring over, actually.
There's a Killzone Vita game.
Yes,
I don't remember what it is.
It's Killzone Mercenary.
Mercenaries, yes. Mercenaries is awesome. I played Mercenaries.
I never got to play that, but I always wanted to when I had a Vita, and I just never did. I did play the Resistance game on there, and I actually really liked that game.
The third-person one?
No, it was a third person. You were playing as a fireman, and it was first person the entire thing, and it looked phenomenal.
There's a Resistance one that's third person.
Yeah, that's Retribution, which was a PSP game.
Skies.
Dude, that would have been cool too to bring it. Dude, come on, guys, just bring your PSP games over now. Let's bring God of War. Let's bring the Resistance Retribution. That'd be sick. They have all the SOCOM games from the PSP. Bring all those over. Oh, it's Burning Skies. That's the one I played on the Vita. Phenomenal game, by the way. Awesome. I actually really like that game. I did want to play the Killzone game, but I didn't get to. Which I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it's Mercenary. Yeah. That game looked really good on the Vita, from what I could tell. Oof. Yeah. I'd be hyped if they did that. I wonder how hard it would be to emulate the Vita over. I would hope it's not. That's fair. They haven't done it yet, so I don't know. We'll see.
Hold on. I am trying to get to something, and the internet is fighting me, and I'm annoyed. Before we move on to the next thing. It's a surprise it's a surprise that I've queued up for you. So, right. Well, that was the news for this week. Pretty good collection of news, I thought. It kind of came together at the end of the week. A lot of this came out in the last couple of days, but let us know, guys, down below what you think. You know, what do you think People Can Fly's game is? Are you jumping into the Blizzard money missions, which is what I'm going to call them from now on? I just came up with that name. Also, how sad are you that Titanfall 3 didn't come out? Let us know down below, as always. Talk to us. We'll talk to you back, as always. We're going to go now to LTR, also known as Let's Talk Reviews, where we go over the scores for the games that you got a chance to play this week in and out and around the video game world. Door Dogne, because I still don't know how to pronounce, came out, got a 79. The Fall of Porcupine came out, and unfortunately got a 68. Pixel Ripped 1978, 75. Layers of Fear 73. F1 23, 84. And Park Beyond with a respectable 75. And I did watch quite a few Let's Plays of this. It looks really cool. I just don't have a chance to play it right now. And then our big surprise, I wanted to give a special mention because this means a lot to Logan. The first review for Starfield has been posted 84 days before the game has come out, and here it is, folks. Mr. Jobster360 on Metacritic has says Bethesda because making games that work out of the box is less important than figuring out all the ways to extract as much money from your bank account as possible. Titled Starfield Super Special 76th Edition, includes the expected disappointment, comes with a shot glass so you can participate in the recruiting internet historian drinking game. Take a shot every time Todd Howard lies. Or don't. You will be dead from alcohol poisoning 5 minutes into this 20-plus minute masterpiece highlighting yet another Bethesda disappearance. Sorry, disaster piece. A 0 out of 10. And there you go.
I'd
Your
like
first
to know how they got through.
Well, I looked.
Like, does Metacritic not do anything?
Well,
or-
no, they do. I was looking up Metacritic while I was pulling it. That's why I was struggling. It's not on Metacritic anymore, so they took it down.
Oh, okay.
So I had to go find screenshots of the thing on Twitter and all that. So that's why I was.
Someone
struggling.
put that much effort into getting into it just to put a 0 out of 10. Like, that's...
You
You must really hate Bethesda in order to go that hard into fucking putting a review that early.
I just
Jesus
don't understand
Christ.
why people hate things so hard. Like, there's nothing to hate yet. The game looks absolutely amazing. It could come out and be Bethesda jank broken. Who the fuck knows? I don't expect it
I
to,
mean,
but it could. And then if it comes out, then you could say something. But also, again, Starfield's not going to be a 0 out of 10. No game's ever a 0 out of 10.
No, it's not.
I think
It's-
I think that one bike game that's like one of the worst games of all time is like a 2 maybe. Like I don't think there's ever been a game ever released in the history of video games other than the fucking game that almost killed the industry, the ET game on like fucking
Yeah. Ooh.
that might be a 0. That might be the only game in the history of the industry, the one that almost killed it. That might be a 0 out of 10. I'll give you that
Yeah.
one. Shut,
Yeah,
shut,
the
shut the fuck up.
landfill game. The landfill game. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
I just think that's really dumb, but whatever. It's a funny story. Hey, I guess his anger got him so hard, or got him to learn so much about possibly either hacking or finding ways to post things. So, hey, maybe you learned something good about it. Good for you, dude. You know, proud of you for that. But yeah, that's just sad, in my opinion.
It's funny, but it's sad.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
I do feel like he might be trying to be a little tongue-in-cheek with it. He may not be serious because there's just so much just uber fanboyism in that review that he might be trying to be a little tongue-in-cheek. Maybe he saw an opportunity to post a review. He's like, I'm going to make the internet. No, I'm going to be famous for a day.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, if you are being sincere and serious, chill the fuck out, man.
Yeah.
If you're being tongue-in-cheek, well done. It was funny and made me laugh, so thank you. All right.
I at least know for a fact I'm gonna like this game no matter what, because like I like Fallout 4 and I know a lot of people don't. I even played Fallout 4 around the time it launched. So if I still like that game and that game had a lot of problems, I'm sure I'm gonna like Starfield. So
I hope it's not Fallout 4 because
I hope it's not, and I really hope it doesn't come out as janky now that they have all this help. Where Xbox supposedly has stated multiple times they have a ton of people helping them. I mean, they had id Software helping them. They have Coalition helping them. They have, I think, even Rare helping them. I think they said. So yeah, you got
Xbox
like all
is like,
people.
yo, we can't fuck this one up.
Yeah, right.
Everybody
so
work.
We're sending in the army, and you got everyone you need. Okay, like anything you need, we have you. So like, please make this a good game. So yeah, I have a little bit of faith this will probably be the least janky Bethesda game.
The fucking
I
calling him
actually
Bill
believe
Gates.
that.
Is Bill Gates even alive anymore? Did Bill Gates die?
Yes, he is.
He is?
No, Bill
Okay.
Gates is still alive. He got divorced like a couple years ago. Something like that. That's the last thing I
We're
remember
gonna call
hearing
Bill
about
Gates, be like, yo, we gotta get this game across. Like Bill
yeah.
Gates like, I don't fucking care. I'm rich. Leave me alone.
Yeah, like
I'm
dude,
in Cancun.
well, he's half as rich anymore ever since he got divorced. So
That's true.
yeah,
His half rich is still my fucking just not no concept of how much money that man has.
yeah.
All right, let's go now to out this week. Obviously, these are the games you get the chance to play this week, and there's really only one game that matters, but there's a couple other things coming out, so I'll talk about them anyway. On June 20th, Aliens Dark Descent comes out on PS5 for Xbox Series X and S and PC. Crash Team Rumble, the Crash game that everybody really asked for, comes out on PS5 for Xbox Series X and S. Rogue Legacy 2 finally comes out on PlayStation consoles, that being PS5 and 4. On June 22nd, Dr. Fetus, Mean Meat Machine, which is now the award winner for the worst named video game I can ever think of, comes out on PS5 for Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC. Harmony, The Fall of Reverie on PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. And then Final Fantasy 16 on PS5. Also on June 23rd, Sonic Origins Plus comes out on PS5 for Xbox Series X and S, Switch, and PC, but nobody cares because this is fucking Final Fantasy week, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, you excited to play Dr. Fetus Mean Meat Machine? That's the most unfortunate video game I've ever heard.
I really want to look this up. I've never heard of this game.
The
but
fact
that
the fact that someone said we're gonna call this character Dr. Fetus and then name the game Mean Meat Machine.
What the fuck is this? Oh, wait a minute. Is this made by wait a minute.
Hold
Wait.
on. We're gonna look this up together.
No, these aren't made by the same people I was thinking they were made by.
Alright. From the Steam
I don't
thing,
know.
help Dr. Fetus create the perfect Meat Boy clone in a unique new twist on the tile matching puzzle genre. You know, that's a really prevalent genre. In classic Meat Boy fashion, an endless cavalcade of devious and deadly traps stand between you and victory in this hardcore puzzle game that will push your skills to the limit. Okay,
Interesting.
Doesn't look bad,
It's
but like it's just the worst named video game ever.
Oh yeah. Aliens Dark Descent looks kind of cool actually.
Yeah,
And also
DJ has
I've
it
heard
on his list.
Rogue Legacy is actually supposedly a really good game that people have talked a lot
Oh, yeah,
about. It doesn't look like much, but I've heard a lot of good things about Rogue Legacy. So yeah, it looks kind of cool. But yeah, no, I mean, there's actually surprisingly, I mean, not like there's one big game this week, but there are definitely some good, more smaller games for sure. Like I think Rogue Legacy and Aliens Dark Descent looks pretty cool. I hope Aliens Dark Descent's good because man, Aliens has not had a win in a while.
Oh, it's on your list, not
So-
DJ's list. So,
What is?
oh no, it's on Worthy's list. Never mind. Sorry. So I hope it sucks because I'm tired of Worthy
Yeah,
getting
I do.
points.
It isn't gonna suck. I'm sorry, but Rogue Legacy is gonna do good.
Did you see that DJ added his last game? He made $1 work. He actually added Banisher's Ghost of New Eden, the game that we both liked. I didn't even check this week, so it's probably why he got it. But so he made that $1 work for him. DJ, if you listen to us on there, good job, man. You finally filled out your list. I'm sorry for all this shit. Speaking of the fantasy and open critic stuff, we will be giving you an update here towards the end of the month. It is our mid-year in review at the Experience Point. We're going to get together with the other guys at the Experience Point, that being DJ and Worthy, go over how our years are going in the open critic prediction battle and our fantasy critics league, and then generally just catch up with them, see what they've been doing throughout this year. We haven't talked to them too much this year. They've been busy with a new kid and family, so we're going to get together, catch up with them, see what they've been playing, what they like, and generally just hang out for an hour or so. So look forward to that at the end of this month sometime. Probably, honestly, I'll post it at the beginning of next month. But look forward to that. Check us out. Mr. Birdman, anything you have left on Dr. Fetus's Mean Meat Machine and Final Fantasy 16?
I guess you guys will be seeing us in the next episode. You'll also be getting our hopefully opinion on Wednesday next time we record, we'll be doing X Defiant, so we'll have some stuff to talk about on that. Hopefully that game is good and will be a good competitor for Call of Duty. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. No, we went a little bit all over the place. We went on a couple rants, but it's okay. It is what it is. Here we are. It's the Experience Point. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, especially if you stuck all the way to this point. I appreciate you. But yeah, you'll see us in the next episode. So I'll bring it back to Mike and we'll say goodbye.
Once again, as always, guys, thanks everyone out there for listening and following along with us. This has been another episode of the XP Podcast brought to you by all of us here at the Experience. Not really all of us. I keep saying that. I keep wanting to change that, but it's literally just Logan and I. But anyway, brought to you by the Experience Point. I hope everyone has a great week. And as always, see you guys in the next one. Final Fantasy 16. Let's do it.
Hell yeah.